sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Is this the kind of sound that you wanna hear? Is this the kind of vibe that you wanna feel? 'Cause I'm the type of guy that you'll never fear. You could do your thing, then come near. Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high on our break. I'm all about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sound and loving spree. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds for thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day. We're stressing.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother.
Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
You put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind, getting
king, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
VIP me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies, make money, money.
Hold out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go, money talk.
Here comes the money.
Okay, let's go smoke that joint. Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down! The ghetto is a something fool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. Like a freak boy, yeah. Like a freak little man. Break it down. Lay down.
Hey, what up? What up? We are back with our wake and bake, wake up with fantasy football. But you guys know it's wake and bake. Let's smoke it up. And I'll tell you, one podcast that I really like is the Tyreek Hill podcast because they're always getting NFL guests on there. And Bijan was their most recent interviewee. And you know, it's crazy because like like you know when they say like someone speaks so well, it's like it's not really supposed to be a compliment, but you know, especially when it comes to minorities. But you can tell like Tyreek Hill just sounds like a ghetto motherfucker when he's talking, and Bijan just sounds like he's holding himself up to like I don't know a different standard with the way that he's speaking, the money that he was talking about in college. And what's the coach's name over there that they got now? Former, yeah. And he was like, "You guys know Derrick Henry, right? Remember what Arthur Smith did with Derrick Henry?" He said, "That's all I'm gonna say."
I mean, you know me. I'm like king. I'm king low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Pause. But
hey, shout out to Peacock joining up as a 420 crew member on YouTube. You the man.
I mean. Being a low-hanging fruit king, you know what I mean? That's the lowest hanging fruit right there. I mean, Arthur Smith, that's why we was on Tyler Algier last year. You can go and watch the fucking the Dynasty rookie running back rankings. And, you know, I was one of the only ones that had him in the top 10. You know, that's still low considering that he was one of only 2,000-yard rushers as a rookie last year. So, and that's because of Arthur Smith and what he's trying to do. And you know what I mean? And now that you have, you know, the addition of B-Rob, of new B-Rob the Mob, right? Fucking, what did Peacock call him? A great poupon, right?
You know what's funny is when he was talking, he was like, "Man, I was trying to change the game in college." He created a mustard brand. He should with a name like Bijan. Like, yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Bijan a poupon.
Right? Hey, listen, so my man Poupon, right? That's what we're calling him that for short, because he poops on him. You feel me? He's about to shit on him. My man Poupon over there, you know what I mean? He got Kyle Pitts and Drake London to take the top off.
Yeah.
He got a mobile S.
Smoking up Hassan.
What up? Top of the morning, good brother.
Man, you remember? I know you remember Fresh Prince. You remember the episode where Will's getting all pissed because, like, I don't know, like he's starting to get bougie, like Carlton, and I forget, like he was like, "Man, I'm from Philly, like I'm straight out the hood," and G's like making him a sandwich.
And he cut the crust off.
He's like, "Can I get some gorgonzola?" And and then like right at
No
the
more
end,
government cheese for him. He's like, give me the gorgonzola.
and then like right at the end, he's like, "Gee, how you gonna skimp a brother on the Grey Poupon?"
Right?
And then Carlton comes in, and he was like, "Hey, Jeffrey, can I get a so and so with gorgonzola and Grey Poupon? Thank you." And Will wouldn't even eat the sandwich. He's like, "See, I am getting bougie."
Here's the thing, man. I've been trying to get bougie my whole life. I remember when we used to go on a field trips, and you got to bring a lunch, like a bag lunch. You know what I'm talking about? It's like elementary school shit. And I used to get the Lunchable, but I get like the big one. You know what I'm talking about? Pause. But you know, it had like, you know, they'd have the small ones, and it'd be like just the yellow cheese and the crackers and like ham. But then they'd have another one, so it's the big one, so it has that, and then on the other side it's the turkey junk. You know what I mean?
Savage.
So, right? And then but they put a Grey Poupon mustard in that motherfucker.
What?
I put that on everything, bro. And
I do not remember that version.
it was one of them ones where it's like a little package with a hard plastic, and then it looks like you can peel off the top, but you squeeze it in half. You know what I'm talking about? Then it splits it in half and it squirts it out the middle.
Yeah.
So it's like even bougie, the fucking casing of it. You know what I mean? And like that shit used to get you high as a kid, bro. You inhale that fucking cracker when you eat the joint with the Grey Poupon on it. That motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That shit is bold, bro. That shit got some kick to it. You know what I mean?
And what up, Ryan? He said, "As you can tell, I'm constantly wheeling and dealing. You got to make moves, bro. It's what you got to do." And he said, "Thoughts on sending Higgins for Tyreek? Dynasty win now roster. If it's literally straight up, like, yeah, I want Tyreek, but
I don't want to do it.
It's why not?
I'm just for right now. What's going on with Tyreek? It's like it's time to buy low on him, not pay something even in age wise and upside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. Higgins doesn't have the same upside as Hill, but he has him on age, right? So he has like the length on him. Pause, right? I'm really on a roll this morning, ain't I? You know what I'm saying? But like with what's going on with Hill, getting, you know what I mean? He might have like a little conduct thing. He might have something over his head right now, and like. When you're Tyreek Hill, the league's been trying to get you for something, bro, because you got away with something already.
He slapped a dude on the back of the head. Like, I mean,
that dude could press charges, and police saw it. So it's like, you know what I mean? That might be a what's a small battery? Is there a misdemeanor battery? No, huh? No. I don't know. I've never been charged with battery. Thank God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, man, it's not like he punched him, he open hand slapped him in the back of the head. Like, we shall see. We've seen a lot worse happen. And
hey, if I get Tyreek, maybe like is that greedy asking for a Tyreek plus? Because of the age.
I mean, I would try. I mean, you know, Tyreek's only going to play for 3 more years, right?
I mean, that's what he says. I'm be like, hey, bro, did you sub up to Tyreek Hill's podcast? And he'd be like, yeah. See, bro, his podcast blowing up, bro. He might only be here for a year, bro. You know what I'm saying? His podcast might hit the ground running, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's actually early on it too, considering like even though it's saturated, he's like early on it before like, I mean, because now as far as active players, right? I mean, you got the Kelseys and you got Antonio Brown. Then in basketball, you have like Draymond Green does one. You know what I'm saying? Like these active players. Ben Roethlisberger was doing one last year when he was a player.
It's getting wild. It is getting wild.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of not doing that though.
Without trying to ruffle your feathers too much. It's funny. I'm always getting into shit on Twitter with this one specific 49ers fan. Because every single day, I swear to God, it's like, get ready. Lance is going to be the guy. I got all the receipts on all you motherfuckers. And like, I just keep asking, like, I just keep poking the bear. Like, why? Like, they already said Purdy is going to be the starter. He still has 2 months left to recover. And they're already saying he's going to be the starter. Like, why is Lance the guy?
I think See, here's the argument. If I'm that crazy, first of all, that's actually me in disguise on Twitter. No, it's not.
Bogey plays a goofy white guy on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Lance is gonna be the guy. See, look, I got it down. I'll tell you this much. That guy is probably banking on that, like, baseball is the best American pastime. And Tommy John, no one comes back from that. He has Tommy John. That what's funny is I've been hearing people say that, and I'm like, they never said he had Tommy John to begin with. They just said they were in fear of it. Then when they went in there, they said it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they said it was a possibility, not that he had it. Like it was just in the range of outcomes, right?
Listen, if he has it, it's likely he has a setback versus it's not likely he's the starter.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He has a high probability.
He still has to have the setback.
He has a high probability of getting a setback.
Yeah.
Just working his way back. And then Lance is the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like it's only by default because.
And would he be the guy just until Purdy comes back? Like if let's say Purdy has a setback and ends up on the pup for 6 or 7 weeks. Well, I guess could Lance even last 6 or 7 weeks? He's still yet to do that in the NFL.
Here's what I don't like about Lance, just football wise. Like he might have like a 2-step, 3-step drop back, but his wind up is so big, it might as well be like a 5-step. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers is hitting them. That line is good, but it's gonna take a step back too because we lost McGlinchey. McGlinchey's really good at run blocking, maybe not the greatest at pass pro, so maybe it don't make a difference. Maybe the new guy even is a better pass pro than McGlinchey was on the right side. Either way, I mean, like, it's when you win games and then win multiple playoff games, and like you also have a story, like a storyline that rivals Lance's comeback storyline, right? Because the media needs a storyline to drive. And then storylines do, in my opinion, drive players. You know what I mean? They drive them one way or another, whether the media is talking bad on you and you're motivated to prove them wrong, or like they're like, hey, Trey Lance could be the greatest comeback story of the year. No one believes he'll come back. They're down, and maybe he's motivated. I mean, I can make all kind of cases because that's just what I do. I put things on a scale. You know what I mean? Otherwise than that, it's Brock, bruh. The sane thinking person of sound and mind will recognize that Shanahan, once it's all said and done, you don't give a fuck about how much you spend.
Needs a comeback story.
They really don't care how much they spend to get Lance at this point.
Well, no, it's 3 years later. Like, I mean, shit, all that is in the past, right? I mean,
Exactly.
we leave fantasy drafts, and in our mind is like, we don't give a fuck how much you paid for him. This is 3 months later.
What's the most annoying thing when you're in redraft and you're trying to make
I paid a third rounder for him, bro.
Bro, what the fuck, bro? I'm gonna at least need a first rounder in return if I'm giving up my first rounder. That's not my fault you drafted fucking whoever the fuck in the first round.
Because value goes up and down in the NFL. I mean, fuck, like, okay. Like, I know nobody probably remembers Chester Taylor, right? But if you do, he was the guy who...
Hold on. Where's my autographed Chester Taylor jersey?
I know the Vikings fans will remember him because he was the guy who ushered Adrian Peterson into it. So AP, like, he's not the starter coming out like Chester Taylor still is. This is 2000 and whatever, 6 or 7 or whatever the fuck, it was when running backs, like, I don't know, there's always someone in front of you and you got to earn your way in there. But Chester Taylor goes down in the first game and AP like balls the fuck out. And when Chester Taylor comes back in 2 weeks, he's no longer relevant. AP is the dude. Like, you could lose your job and everything change in 1 or 2 weeks in the NFL.
It should be like that.
Yeah, Marty, he said it. Chester was a stud, man. See, there you go. I knew the Vikings fans will remember Taylor.
I know, man. I can't find my Chester Taylor autographed jersey now. I know I got one lying around here.
See, look at that. Marty said Chester rushed for $1K the year before they drafted AP. See, like, I mean, come on, you're not. I mean, I guess it's the same with Algier, right? Like Tyler Algier, fucking Bijan Robinson, very similar now, right?
I mean, shit, Chris Carter, like, and then there's the outliers, right? There's the outliers that happen where, said you got a Chris Carson balling. And then in the first round, Seahawks can't trade down. So they're like, screw it. We're taking our guy here. They take Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny, he gets hurt before in training camp and gets hurt again in preseason. And then he comes back and he ain't got no fucking job to come back to because Chris Carson's job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't give a fuck that he had a first round draft capital. At that point, they're like, we got you for 5 years. And then they didn't pick up his fourth. They didn't pick up his fifth-year option, and then they extended him a year, right?
Like that was like the all right, you're a first rounder. We're gonna
hey man, you're a hell of a guy.
You're not gonna get the first year guarantee that you were gonna get, but we got you. We got you.
Like, come here, kid.
I can imagine Pete doing that. Come here. You
Come
got
here,
good in
hell of a kid.
We're gonna keep you around.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes in there hella mad at Pete. Pete will see you in his office now. Yeah. Look, coach, you know what? I don't like what's going on here. And he takes his shirt off. Come on, give me a hug. You're just so confused at that point. You're like, you come out, how'd it go? He gave me a year extension.
I don't know if you remember Major League. You ever see? I mean, it's a baseball movie, but you fucking.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Do you remember what
happened? I vaguely remember it though. I remember his, and you know when they were playing Wild Thing when he came out. I remember. Yeah. I remember when he opened a locker and he had that fucking shrine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, boo.
See, I remember because I hadn't seen it repeatedly when I was a kid for it to stick with me like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, well, there's a part in there. It's like the last cut day, pretty much, in like spring training for them. And like, if you get cut, like they put like a red like card or whatever, like kind of hanging in your locker. And so Charlie Sheen, the Wild Thing, he has one going in, and he gets so fucking pissed. He goes in, and he was like, "You know what? You're gonna cut me." He was like, "I'm catch on somewhere. I'm gonna come back. I'm shove it up your fucking ass." And the coach, he was like, "I like that. I like that." He was like, "There's only one problem. I didn't cut you." And oh man, someone had some fun with him, and then he goes and gets into a fight right away, rushes the dude.
Yeah. Is that how he breaks his glasses and he has to put the tape on it?
I don't know. Did he?
He always had it on.
He might not have even been wearing glasses at that point. Maybe he was. I can't really remember, but yeah, that was one of those things. He was wild, man. I mean, they called him the Wild Thing because like he just could not throw a strike to save his life. Then he gets the glasses, though. He gets nerded up, and then he's got it. Infinite possibilities in the house. What up, homie?
What up, Infinite? Long time.
And since we're on these running backs, how about we talk about Bijan and Tyreek's favorite running backs? So Bijan, Tyreek says, who's your favorite running backs, all time? And he throws out, who does he throw out? He throws out Barry Sanders. He throws out LT.
What?
Marshall Faulk.
What?
Adrian Peterson.
What?
And Walter Payton.
What?
And then like Tyreek, he was like, Marshall Faulk? He's like, what? He's like, I've never heard anybody like throw Marshall Faulk in the top.
What an idiot. Marshall Faulk had 2 thou wow. Like he was the second guy to do it.
And that's
on purpose.
He was like, what? And Bijan was like, how if you had nobody say that? Like he was one of the dual threat, best dual threat RBs of his time. And I mean, that's that was kind of the thing that I was getting from Bijan. He likes those dual threats. Tyreek talked shit about LT. He's like, LT in the top 5. He was like, what? Because he had the 29 touchdowns that year. And then Bijan's like, it's not just about
LT. I mean, Tyreek is a fool, bro. I like Tyreek. Like, what? Those ain't great.
He's talking mad shit. And yeah, Bijan's defending the guys, that he had up there. He's like, come on, man. It's not just about the 1 year. It's about the way they ran the ball. You see how he ran the ball? And he was like, come on, man. And Tyreek's like, you don't even have Derrick Henry up there. He's like, Derrick Henry's the best, for me. Like, he was like, man, you can put 11 motherfuckers in the box if they can.
You know what's crazy? Bijan sounds like a guy who has a very old soul. And then, Tyreek Hill is talking about, man, Future's the best rapper ever, bro.
He said AP
Future is the best, bro.
He said that
Future's better than Jay-Z, bro.
He said that AP and like Derrick Henry are his best, like his like the best all time.
So AP is his throwback.
Yeah, and number one. He said that AP is his number one all time.
Listen, I'm not mad at that, but like, you know, there's just way too many bigger accomplishments for running backs. You know what I mean? That I could think. Like, I think AP is in the top 5 all time. Like, if you're just gonna say runner, just be a runner.
Is 2,000 yards like before?
I mean,
it was like the 5,000 passing yards, right? Like, I mean, when it first got done,
it's still very hard to achieve. There's still how many? There's less than 10 2,000-yard rushers. Barry Sanders, O.J. Simpson, LaDainian Tomlinson.
No, that's.
Oh, LaDainian only gets the 2,000 all-purpose twice.
Yeah, okay. See, we won't consider the dual purpose, right?
No, so just the rushers.
8 people.
8 people, so less than 10. Yeah,
so go ahead, throw it out again. Let's see if you could get all 8.
Okay, Derrick Henry, AP, Barry Sanders.
Yep.
Was it not Priest? Was it Priest Holmes one of them?
No.
Okay, definitely.
You already said one of them.
Definitely TD, Terrell Davis.
Yeah.
I already said one of them. He said.
Yeah, the ultra throwback.
Oh yeah. Oh, I already said AP.
No, the ultra throwback. You said it before I said
O.J. Simpson. So how many is that?
3 more.
3 more. Okay. Some of them, bitch. Give me an era. Help me out here. Throw me a bone. Throw me a freaking bone here.
One's a real throwback, and then 2 are this century.
Oh yeah, Sweetness.
No.
No. Okay. No Sweetness.
I mean, you're in the right. You know, you're in the right.
Yeah. Oh, Gale Sayers.
Nope. I mean,
you're Jim Brown. Jim Brown.
Nope. I mean, you're right in the right ball.
Jim Brown again. Wow.
No. I mean, don't forget Jim Brown's only playing when there's like 12 games, right?
You're right.
Whatever it was.
Right.
Damn. You were super close with before you said Jim Brown with those other 2. You're like just right on the cusp.
Team?
Rams.
Oh yeah, Eric Dickerson. Okay. Fucking.
You were right there with the Walter Payton and Gale Sayers. It was like you were just dancing around.
I know, I was just dancing right around like a little, just like a cut hair away. Damn.
And Zoo got one. It was
who did you get?
2009.
2009. Oh, is it not Tiki? Was Tiki?
No, he was already gone. But he didn't get 2000.
Was it the Chiefs guy?
No. Titans. There's the other Titans.
Oh, yeah. CJ2K. Duh.
And now there's one more. 2003. Fantasy freaking legend.
Not Priest Holmes. Was it the other guy in the Broncos?
No.
After TD? No.
Now in the AFC still.
AFC.
2003 was the year.
2003. What's the team? Division.
North. AFC North.
AFC North. Oh, Bettis?
Nope.
No.
Right era, but wrong team.
Wrong team. Damn, who ran for 2001? The AFC North. I'm going crazy. It wasn't the Bengal.
Nope.
It's like
it wasn't the Browns. So how about that? We'll narrow it down. It's the Ravens, 2003. But he did play.
What was his name?
He did play on the Browns at one point, just not when he ran for 2000.
Okay, I give up.
Jamal Lewis.
Fuck. And he did play on the Browns.
I tried to give you more.
I was hella mad when someone drafted him too in the all-times draft.
Yeah, because that was a good one. Because super underrated, we kind of just forget about him because there wasn't really any pass, production with him.
You know what he got, right? He has the power of the first two the first 2 names.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, Ray Allen, Steve Francis. I used to love Steve Francis. I don't think people think he's legendary, but I
Two first names are the crowd pleaser.
right.
Peacock's
And here we got Jamal Lewis. Ray Lewis was great.
Yeah. I mean, that was when they had the Lewises, right? That Ray Lewis and Jamal Lewis. Nice. Yeah, it was Derek who said he drafted Jamal Lewis in the draft. That
Mr. Jeopardy.
Champ is here.
That's the ball drop.
Until Derek gets dethroned. He gets to choose his theme music. But yeah, Jamal Lewis. Fuck. Yeah, it's like the early iteration of crying Jamal Williams. But yeah, only 8. I mean,
I just realized I love trivia, and then but I also realized how much I hate getting things wrong. I'm still mad about that Derek shit.
Yeah, let's see how many QBs got it. Yeah, more than 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 players have thrown for 5,000 yards.
Okay, let me get it.
Okay.
Give me Drew Brees.
Yep, that's 5 of them right there.
Right? Give me Mahomes.
Yep.
That's 2 of them. That's 2 of them, right?
Yeah, he did it twice already.
Yeah. Give me Brady. He did it once.
Yep.
No,
Brady did it twice.
Twice. I'm sorry. Give me Justin Herbert once.
Yep.
Give me Dan Marino.
Yep. The first.
Yeah, he's the first one.
It's crazy because damn it. Someone else did it, but they didn't do it in the NFL. Who the fuck was it? Dante Culpepper, I think, did it in the AFL. So he won't.
Okay. What's his name? Peyton Manning.
Yep.
Okay.
There's 1, 2, 3 more. 3 more. 3 more years.
Okay. 3. You said 2 more years?
No. There's 3 more players.
3 more players in 2 more years, you said.
Well, no. There's 3 more players, 3 more years. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, duh. Okay. I was trying to trick you to see if I can get a clue out of you without you saying.
I mean, 2 of them are in the last 6 years.
Okay. Ben Roethlisberger.
Yep.
Okay.
See, it's funny because the one that happened most recent that you haven't gotten.
Matt Ryan?
No.
Why did
everyone's gonna forget about this person. That's what's gonna be funny. Forget about him.
5,000. God damn it!
There's 2 more players. 2 more.
Hit the Jeopardy song. Maybe it'll help. That's not helping. It actually is worse.
More anxiety.
I thought the pressure would help me. All right, give me. I don't want the song to defeat me. Is this the extended version?
Well, 30 seconds, not a minute. Yeah, we got a 30-second version and a 15-second version of that.
So that was the extendo.
Yeah.
Hit the drop one more time. Give me the extendo one more time.
Peacock just got one of them.
Ryan Fitzmagic?
No, pretty close though.
How was that close? Kurt Warner.
Nope.
Why did I say Kurt Warner? I give up.
All right. Peacock got one of them. Matthew Stafford.
Damn it. Why the fuck? I said the wrong man.
Yep. And then why is Ryan Fitzpatrick close? Because Jameis Winston was the other one.
That's right. Fuck. I know love that shit. I love those guys. You know how much I love Matt Stafford and fucking those are gunslingers, bro.
Like, people are really gonna forget that Jameis threw for 5,000, yards, and that was like,
But they'll never forget that he threw for 30 because it's catchy.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
But he did it all in the same year.
Yeah, I mean,
Damn it, Bruce Arians. Uncle Bruce loves to throw it. I'm supposed to have knocked that one out the park, bro. I'm supposed to quiz me on another thing. I'm really upset right now. I told you I look forward to this show every morning, man. I'm mad I woke up for the show this morning.
Let's see.
Really?
Let's see. How about
Quiz me on cheeses. I know all about cheese.
dang, but I don't. We need like Merkel to come here with that.
All right.
Oh, hold on. How about we switch over to receiving yards?
Okay, let's go.
So how about we go 7?
Oh my god.
Okay. There's 11 players that have gone over 1,700 yards in a season.
11.
11.
Okay. Cup and Calvin.
Yep.
Julio.
Yep. Those are the 3 highest, by the way.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Give me Randy.
Nope.
No. Okay. Here. Oh yeah, duh. Jimmy Yeti. Give me the goat.
Yep. That's top 4.
Okay. Ooh. Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna throw a dart here. Give me Sterling Sharp.
Nope.
Damn it.
Not over 1,700.
Tyreek.
Yep. 1710 last season. Marty got one.
Give me T.O.
Nope.
Yeah.
There's 6 more. You got 5.
I'm so far away.
I mean, there's 2 that are very, very recent.
Why do I feel like Calvin? Did Calvin really go crazy one year?
Not 1,700 crazy.
It was like 16 or something like that. Don't even look at it. I'm sorry.
Nah. We gotta go farther down.
Damn. Okay, I know Flash Gordon had like 4. No, he had like 16. Give me Flash Gordon.
17.
16.
2 players are still active in the NFL.
Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall.
Wait, how many players still active? How many players are still active?
2 on this list, and you got 6 that you haven't gotten. There's probably 1 that you're not going to get for sure.
But there's 1 on the list. I already did. So Cooper Kupp doesn't count as one of the ones active.
Oh, how many active, like literal active guys in the top 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, and I already got Kupp and Tyreek.
And Julio.
He's not active.
He's technically still active.
So I should pick him up right now?
Yeah.
He's floating around out there. Keyshawn Johnson. Demaryius Thomas.
Two of them happened within the last couple years. Well,
Last
not 3 years. How about that? No, 4 years. One was last year, and then the second most.
Yeah, so I already got Tyreek. I already got Tyreek, right?
There's another one though. That was last year. Because he had more.
Oh,
yards.
Jefferson, duh.
Yeah, that was the one that Marty got.
Yeah.
One of the active guys you have a nickname for him. You haven't been able to use it in a while because he sucks now.
It's not the Scottish lad. That wasn't a guess. I was thinking out loud. Okay. I have a nickname for him. Oh, no way, Chris Godwin.
No. Plays in the same division.
I don't even have a nickname for Chris Godwin. His nickname's already like the shit. I mean, his name is the shit.
He just has God and win in his name. You didn't even have to.
Right? I mean, what can you ask for?
All right. The number 5 guy on the list, he
give me a clue.
He didn't retire necessarily. I mean, it's more like nobody wants him because he's fucking insane.
Antonio Brown, duh. Damn, duh.
Now you got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, give me that.
One of these guys was connected to Peyton Manning.
Okay, yeah.
Not on the Broncos.
Give me Harrison. Yes. I had the wrong Manning guy earlier.
Yeah. So there's 3 more. And
I'm not going to get these guys, am I?
Yeah, one of them's from 1995. One of them's from 1961. The one that I'm surprised that you're not getting is the one from 2019.
Deebo Samuel.
Nope.
My man, he was 1,400 in 2021.
For that one, it's the same division as Godwin.
Oh, Michael Thomas. Frankenstein. Fucking Frankenstein! He has the tallest head in the world. He's like 6'2" or 6'3", but his head's like 2 feet tall. It's really all in his dome piece. Pause.
These ones are the tough ones too. So Charlie Hennigan from 1961 from the Houston Texans.
I actually have heard that name before, but I would have never guessed that.
That was the one that I was like, you're for sure not going to get him.
Okay,
the
the 95
one,
one, give me a clue.
The 1995.
Was it Mark something? Was it the Dolphins kid?
No. Okay. It was before he played on this team right before they became the greatest show on turf.
Isaac Bruce?
Yeah.
Who did he get 18 with? Oh, he was on the Rams before that, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
He only played for the Rams until his last 2 years, but he was on the team before it turned into
into the greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
Wow, and he was like showing that could be the greatest show on turf with 1,800 yards.
In 95, 199 targets, 119 receptions, 1,781 yards, 13 touchdowns.
I don't feel so bad about that one because right when you said receivers, I was like, oh, this one's going to be bad.
I mean, you got half of them right off the bat. I mean, without thinking.
Yeah, because you know why? Because all of them are more recent and it's all high flying. And then there's like Jerry Rice, obviously, and Randy. You know, who doesn't remember Randy? You know?
There we go. And Derek said, I drafted Charlie Hennigan in the draft that we did the other day, too. Mm-hmm. There we go. Derek was going back to find like some of the best seasons like that ever existed.
Yeah, but he couldn't bring it on those on Jeopardy, apparently. He had to wait for the handoff in the end so he could punch it in. I gave him the handoff.
So fucking
and he ran it in. I fumbled it. Matter of fact, I fumbled it and he picked it up and ran it in.
Nope, Peacock, it was Isaac Bruce. So that was the end of the 1,700 yard in a season. See, that's crazy. I mean, so yeah, at least if we're looking at that rushing, passing, receiving, that is the hardest, right? Well, I guess nobody's cracked 2,000 as a receiver yet either. So that is actually the hardest feat for any player.
I mean, that's why Tyreek made that a proclamation this year. Remember that? In the same breath as he said, I think I'll play for 3 more years. This is it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go for 2,000 this year.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Cup got so close with the 1947, but it's still our man Megatron, who he's got the fucking
What's he got? 19 what?
1964, 2012. Was that the Matthew Stafford?
Yeah, that was the 5 thou.
Yeah,
for sure.
No,
was it
2011 when he did the 5 thou?
Oh, okay. I remember that was the year they were hot. They were undefeated, I think. Like 8 games.
Derek said still won though. Hit the drop, he said.
That shit was funny.
That's who it was. Good shit, Carl. It was Warren Moon who threw for 5K in the CFL. That's what it was. And he did it before Dan Marino did it, but it wasn't in the NFL. So we don't. That was one of the, you remember that? One of the questions on the trivia. It was like a bonus question.
Yeah, that was that trivia question back in the day, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Warren Moon, it's funny because I was trying in the all times, I was remembering it incorrect. I was like, was it Randall who threw for 5,000? And then I looked at Warren Moon, I was like, oh, none of them did. But Warren Moon did. It was in the CFL. Okay. Yeah. And because I ended up going with Randall in the all times because Randall had a crazy ass fantasy year.
I mean, shit, Warren Moon's playing before they had any kind of respect for a black QB. It took him going to play in the CFL and throwing for 5,000, and then they're like, all right, maybe we'll take this guy seriously.
I mean, like, yeah, because even like Doug Williams, right, the first black QB to ever win it, like he was the backup that got in there when the starter went down in the playoffs. And then they had just this magic, but he tore it up in the divisional, I think, and then in the championship and in the Super Bowl, he was like so. You know what I mean?
I guess that's what's crazy. How like certain people don't understand why was that a big thing that there was 2 black quarterbacks like starting in the Super Bowl. Because it's never happened before, and it's because like look how much these guys had to like overcome from like going back to Warren Moon, who couldn't even fucking get drafted into the NFL because
he had to go to Canada where they're friendlier.
And look at, I mean, it's crazy because Warren Moon and Doug Flutie, those might be the biggest innovators in the NFL ever, because Warren Moon is who put the black QB on the map to where they started taking guys a little bit more seriously. And Doug Flutie was the one you could be 6'1", 6 foot. I mean, he was like 5'11", so it was like, all right, this 5'11" dude can be good enough to make it in the league. Maybe we
Flutie was shorter than that.
What?
Doug, you talking about Doug Flutie?
Yeah, wasn't he like 5'11"?
I think he was like 5'9", bro.
Let's see. Let's go check.
As legend has it, he was like 5'2".
Like, that's what's funny is like when his legend grows, it gets smaller.
It gets smaller. Bro, he was like 2 feet tall out that motherfucker. It was like
right in the middle. I said 5'11", you said 5'9". They have him listed at 5'10".
He was on his tippy toes. Here's the thing. Doug Flutie would throw a touchdown pass, and then he would kick the extra point old school style with the drop kick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And bro, I don't think you ever missed one, bro. You would love that for fantasy. I'd be like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, man. A quarterback.
We don't even play in kicker leagues, but like you would get that extra point because he kicked the extra point.
QBs who were kicking points, we would like have to like add that like somehow. Like, remember when Ndamukong Suh kicked a fucking field goal because their kicker fucking went down, and he's like the only guy on the team that like knows how to kick it all.
Last year,
he used to play soccer back in the day.
I was excited about.
Yeah, Peacock said Flutie over Kyler.
Yeah. Hey, I think.
Hey, does Kyler have his own cereal? I don't know.
I mean, Flutie Loops,
Flutie Flakes.
Oh, see, I mean. Kyler Murray seems more like a flake, though. Hey, I'll be here all morning.
And shout out to sponsor of the show, Redwood Cultivations, rocking their shirt right now with Smokey the Bear on it. Got to smoke up some of the strawberry mango haze. Let's get it. Whenever you're in Vegas, if you go to a dispensary, make sure you go look for the tree that is powered by Redwood Cultivation, because they grow for a lot of major brands in Nevada.
Yeah.
And Colin, he said, would you trade a 2024 first for DK Metcalf and a 2025 third?
I mean, if I need a receiver, I'll do it.
Yeah, because especially if you think that this is going to be like, if your team's good enough to where that's going to be a lower end, first rounder, I think I would do that.
Okay. It was terrible efficiency wise and like, yards after the catch, those metrics for DK last year, right? Like his A dot last year, his average depth of target was like 9 yards or something like that a catch.
Yeah.
Which
Like
is like
almost his lowest ever.
but he was getting the PPR as fuck, right? So then you could say, oh, they add JSN, and then they have a 3 wide receiver set, and they even add a pass catching running back. This could take away from DK. On the flip side of that, this could like help DK because now defenses have to account for other factors, right? Other variables, right? So there's that. Then also one thing you want to look at DK from last year, he continued something he's done every year of his career is be top 4 in red zone targets. Every year of his career so far, he's been top 4 red zone targets. Last year, that was to the tune of 4 out of 6 of his touchdowns.
And you know why? It's because you can't teach the hype.
Mm-mm.
Oh, come on.
You can't teach that.
Yeah, because
so that's not going to go away. This is not why do you think sometimes the tight end snake touchdowns down there? Because they're going for the big targets. That's the type of plays they're calling down there. You know what I mean? And DK, he just benefits. You know what I mean? He's huge, bro. So there's probably not another receiver in next year's first. And if you're trying to win now, you're you know what I'm saying? I mean, your first round's probably going to be in the back. So if you know what I'm saying, and now if you could buy a DK with that, I'd probably take DK over any of those players in the back of next year's first round. I'm just saying that now. I don't know who's going to be there, but I'm just saying that now. I'll do it.
And Peacock said Warren Moon in the Houston at Columbia Blue uniforms. Hell yeah. And he said Torrey Holt is the only player in NFL history to have 6 consecutive 1,300-yard seasons and 90-plus receptions.
Is that why they won't let him in?
That's what's crazy though. Like, why isn't he in already?
Because it's all bad luck 13, man.
Well, it didn't. He didn't say that he always had 1,300 yards.
Over. It doesn't matter,
1,300 yards.
It's got to be the reason why, man.
Because let's see.
You ever stayed on the 13th floor in a hotel? No.
Yeah, see, I mean, 2 of those years were 1,600. He was 4 yards away from 1,700, 1,696. And
that's all he needed to get in there, huh? He's like, you got to get over 17, bro. Isaac just keeps calling up Isaac. Isaac, did you vote for me? Yeah, bro. Of course I voted for you, bro. Hold on, let's 3-way Kirk. You gotta call him.
You got a Super Bowl, like another thing. Like if that. I hate that, like, you have to have a Super Bowl. Not you have to, but that's, like, one of the standards for, like, the Hall of Fame.
Or you got to know people or be white Jewish. Because I swear Julian Edelman's going to get in. And people are going to be so mad because he's never been a Pro Bowler. They're going to break the rules for him. Because I guess there is some type of, like, structure, right? Like, you have to have, like, some X amount of Pro Bowls or something like that, or All Pros, or I don't know. Either way,
and like I mean, shit.
Is 3 Super Bowls and a Super Bowl MVP gonna matter? And you're like, you're buddies with Tom Brady, and he can make a phone call like, brrr.
Yeah, it's
power of avocados.
Guys like Eli Manning, and I mean, shit, like Matt Ryan, like that's what's crazy is Matt Ryan.
He'll never make
Hall of Famer because his numbers are better than.
Are we doing this? Phillip Rivers and fuck it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, but like, if it's based just off of like, his long-term numbers and not like how good he is.
Yeah. I like saying he likes going to get it automatically, and most people of sound mind will say, "Yeah, of course, right?" And other people are like, "What the fuck? Well, all just because he got 2 Super Bowls?" Yeah,
And see, and that's what
because he has 2 Super Bowls.
Dion is so pissed. He was like, man, we're going to need like a different color, like gold jacket for the, he was like, because I'm just in a different class than some of these Hall of Famers, and like, it is like,
they're mad at him.
Like elite Hall of Fame status, because like, I know that more time goes on, just more guys come in and it kind of waters down, from the best of the best anyways, but.
The best of the best of the best, sir, with honors. We have to do it every time. Anytime someone says anything in the back.
And what up, Zeb? And he said, yeah, thanks Kurt Warner for Torrey Holt seasons. Yeah, for sure. greatest show on turf. Like Torrey Holt was like only there for the greatest show on turf years. Like Isaac Bruce was there leading up to those years, and through
He'll never be a Hall of Famer. You hear me, Terry?
Isaac Bruce isn't in, is he?
He's in, isn't he?
I don't know.
I could have swore he's in,
I
bro.
don't know every single person who's in the Hall of Fame. Let's see.
I have to know. So when I get on trivia shows.
Isaac Bruce was elected in the 2020.
See, it was. I was about to say it was dummy ass recent. I think it was the same year as Manning.
What? He was the second wide receiver in NFL history to achieve more than 1,500 yards.
And it took him hella long to get into the motherfucking thing. So he was right after Jerry. Right after a Yeti.
Yeah. Yep, because I told you, I mean, all those top ones now, I mean, they're they're all new.
I remember
fucking Julio, Cup, like all those ones are within the last, well, I guess Calvin was 13 years ago, but all within the last 10-ish years.
You feel me?
And seeing that's why, like, I mean, Julio, like, is Julio a Hall of Famer? Like, he had some crazy ass fucking seasons, but no Super Bowl.
I think he'll get in, but it's not those. It's not a first or second, third ballot type guy. Cause you know what it is too. Now, it's still a lot of old timers that vote. Cause don't you get voted in by your peers?
No,
by
you
the
get
other
voted in by the AP, by the Associated Press. There's like 50 people who vote. So it's,
one of these days,
it's writers and guys like that from the big time publications who I don't know if they got in because of like time, people dropping off and new people having to come in and replace people who like got too old. I'm not sure how that selection committee goes.
Because it's like, a lot of the old timers would be like back in 1972. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Because, there always be some dead motherfuckers getting in. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? You couldn't give it to him when he was alive, bro?
Yeah, Julio right now. Julio, he's 16th all time in receiving yards. Okay. Above Torrey Holt.
This is fun. Now let's look above him, out of the 15 above him in all time.
Yeah.
Let's see how many are Hall of Famers.
Let's see. Well, Jerry Rice. Randy Moss got in?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Randy Moss. Larry Fitzgerald and T.O. So we know T.O. got in. Larry Fitzgerald, not enough years yet. Isaac Bruce, who's in there. Tony Gonzalez, who's in there.
In there.
Is Tim Brown in there?
I think he just got in.
Let's see.
Oh, in the last couple of years, if not just this last year.
2015. So yeah.
Oh shit, that was a minute ago already. Okay, my bad.
So he's in there. Steve Smith. Is Steve Smith in there? He is, right?
Yep. No, I don't know if he's in there.
Let's see.
I don't think so. No, not yet. He's just on the NFL Network. No, he'll come on the show, bro.
Yeah, he's not in there. Marvin Harrison is. Is Reggie Wayne in there?
Reggie Wayne's got to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna say yes.
Nope.
No. Wow. What in the fuck?
No. Let's see.
He's
Andre Johnson is the next one.
And he's not in.
No.
Dang, so that's it. I think that's it, bro.
Let's see. James Lofton. I don't know who the fuck James Lofton is. Let's see.
I'm just gonna loft one up here. I don't think he's in.
Yes, he is. 2000.
Chris
Carter.
Chris Carter. I wagered it all too.
Chris Carter's in there, right?
Yep. I remember when I used to do the commercial for the Hall of Fame whenever it's coming up. Tune in for the unveiling of this year's Hall of Fame draft class, and then they would show the previous like little snippets. Yeah, it'd always be Chris Carter. If you could look up, you could what did he say? He said something. He said, I forget. he had like some super polarizing line, and they would always use it as the drop.
And
Chris Carter's a real intense dude.
yeah,
I'm like, he must have like not been fun to do drugs with. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I think you need to quit this shit, bro.
let's see, Anquan Bolden, he's not in there yet.
No, but Super Bowl champion, you know, he's on the all-time list. I bet you he'll get voted in eventually. He's one of those guys people everyone loves, but he's not getting in before no Larry. He's not getting in before no Reggie. And in that order, too, is probably Actually, I think Larry might even get in before Reggie. Is that crazy to say?
No.
Because
Larry
Reggie
Fitzgerald
did it with
has
Larry.
more tackles than dropped passes. Like, that's just an insane fucking stat for any wide receiver. Like, yeah. Nope, my Peacock Antonio Clown is not up there. He's 24th on the list. And then Henry Ellard, whoever the fuck that is.
Oh, it's my uncle.
He's not in the Hall of Fame. That's the last guy above Julio.
That sucks because I bet you his name always comes up, and every time it comes, I go, "Who's Henry Ellard? Who is he?"
But yeah, that's what's crazy is like just being one of the top 10 or 15, wide receivers, receiving wise of all time. I mean, it means
You gotta have a Super Bowl. Okay, would you say? Okay, so just based on that, would you say someone like a Julian Edelman, they would break the rules for 3 chips, Super Bowl MVP? If there's any rules, I don't even know what the fuck the rules are. Maybe look that up. Is there guidelines like what do they call it? Prerequisites to qualify, or what are the prerequisites to qualify for the NFL Hall of Fame? Because like I've been here, I hear things from other people where they swear it's true, like, nah, bro, you gotta have like 5 Pro Bowls, bro. Like, whenever there's commentators and they talk about Aaron Donald, right? They go, future Hall of Famer, because he's gonna get in.
Yeah.
But it's like, when will he get in is always the question, right? But he's gonna get in because no one's ever done that. Like every year in his career, he's an All-Pro.
Yeah.
So they
got to be at least 5 seasons removed.
Yep. So you have to retire fully 5 years.
Well,
that's why I took Brett Favre a while. I need to fucking stuff this crutch. God fucking damn it.
Let's see.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't even, there's not really.
See what I'm saying? I think Tom Brady was like, we're getting Jules in. Remove that from the book right now. What's his name? The commissioner?
Goodell.
Remove it right now, Goodell.
So I mean, if anyone's ever been considered a PEDs, I guess that's one of the.
Oh, that'll just fuck you up.
That's one of the ones, yeah.
So Julian Edelman can't then.
I mean,
he got suspended for 6 games for the PEDs, but remember, because they were all using the TB12 with Eddie Guerrero's cousin, Alex Guerrero.
Yeah.
Right? And then Alex Guerrero, so I think Gronk had already been previously suspected, and then there was all the things about Brady, but then it was Julian Edelman who ends up
Yeah.
getting popped. But it's funny because he's like, Jules, you're gonna have to take one. Take one for the team.
Yeah, you have to take one for the team, buddy.
Right?
You'll be able to go out and do.
You'll be Super Bowl MVP.
You'll be able to go out and pop sizzles at where did he go? It was some.
I don't know. He's making out with 2 bitches. I like Julian Edelman, bro.
Like the Indianapolis 500 or some shit like that.
Yeah, and he was like he was like, bro, he was killing it. Look at this. He was goddamn fucking Super Bowl MVP that year. After that season, he missed however many games. He comes back. They go on to win a Super Bowl. He's MVP.
Yeah.
I remember that my son was just born, right? And then it's the Super Bowl like a month later, or less than a month later. And my man's is like, he's like, hey, I'm in Vegas right now, bro. Like, what is it, bro? You're putting all the money on it. What is it right now? And I said, oh, wait a second. I was like, let me Venmo you some money while you're at it. Let me get in on this. And I said, if you're going to backpack this, we're just going to put it all on the under and the Patriots. You know what I mean? Just two-leg parlays, put it all on the under and the Patriots. And my whole thing was Wade Phillips' defenses against Tom Brady. He's never thrown more than one touchdown. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't throw any in that game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, Jared Goff, he's awful. You know what I'm saying? Bung! All the monies.
Hell yeah. Jared Goffel. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Wade Phillips and them Rams, they were killing shit with their high-powered offense. It was like they would just run it up. You want to know how they beat them, too? I think I've told this like a dozen times, but like I happened to see Brian Hoyer on a talk show, which is like just some random shit, bro. This is right after they won the Super Bowl. So it's like they couldn't get Tom, but they're like, hey, bringing Brian Hoyer. And he said in the 2 weeks of preparation, they had him watching everything. And so he watched everything, including Hard Knocks. Like, this is how crazy Belichick is, right? We're going to watch everything, all the film, even watch Hard Knocks. And he had noticed in Hard Knocks, there was a part where Sean McVay, they're having issues with him needing the play, and when the play clock runs out, you know what I'm saying? He don't trust him there. You know what I'm saying? I forget how he worded it, but he had noticed that. So he tells us, brings us to Belichick's attention, and he's like, boom, we got him. Because then every time when the communication cuts out and they still have X amount of seconds on the play clock, right? Then Belichick will switch he told the defense to switch their look. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so now he got this play he's about to call, he's about to run, and they switched the look on him, and Jared Goffel is Goffel. And you know what I'm saying? He had one of the worst outings ever. And it was on the main stage, the Super Bowl stage. It's a copycat league. You go into the 2019 season, and that was the worst season Sean McVay had as a head coach. You know what I mean? Because everybody, remember the bubble screens and all that shit was all gone. Everyone took it away. They're like, we're not doing nothing. You do none of that shit no more. Yeah. And then Sean McVay switched it up in 2020. They're back in the playoffs. Like that's why Sean McVay, you know what I mean? Fuck him, by the way. Yeah. I forgot who I was talking about. That fucking Shanahan rip off.
Oh man, that shit's
change the subject.
Oh man,
that story doesn't end well twice.
That's hilarious. And
yes, my pain is hilarious.
So I'm just it's funny. I pulled up Twitter. Right? We're still going back and forth with that guy, and he said all of our QBs are injury riddled. None of them have played a full season. And
this guy has the worst arguments.
And because I'm already calling Lance a bust because of what they paid for him.
Spent for him. But see, here's the thing. Here's why I always argue with you whenever you say he's a bust, is because he's still in the league. You know what I mean? Like, if you notice, I don't say that about any player until they're out and they didn't do it, then they're a bust. You know what I mean? Like, that's how. Like Corey Davis is a bust, even though he's still in the league. Mike Williams is a bust. These guys were former first rounders that never, you know what I mean? They might have. I mean, Mike Williams might have came a cut hair close to showing us that he could, but then he gets hurt. Like, you know what I mean? And does Mike Williams things. But remember Mike Williams, and guess who? He was top 5 those first 5 weeks that year, 2021. And then, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, it just went away. Cooper Kupp's the one that was the surprise. Well, not so much the surprise, but that's the one that stayed consistent that year. And Debo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
DJ Moore started out the gate on fire. That shit got extinguished real fucking fast. That 2021 year was crazy, right? Then you look at, and then when it was all said and done, we had some of the most 1,000-yard receivers we've seen in a while. And then I think, okay, we haven't done this. Last year, how many 1,000-yard receivers did we have?
Well, that's what's funny is we did look at this.
Oh, we did? Okay.
I remember it. Not super recently.
Did we I know we compared the two then, right?
Yeah, and it wasn't more than an average.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we did do that. From when they used to have 17 games and not. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, even last year, the running took an uptick from the year prior. It was you're starting to see the Shanahan wide zone scheme it's everywhere, even in teams that don't predominantly use it. They'll still run zone run plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there were 22 who hit 1,000 last year.
22.
Yeah.
And then we had what, as opposed to 24 the year prior?
No, so like let's even go back to like 1992.
Take us back, all the way back into time.
No, baby, no, baby.
No, baby, no, baby.
Okay, no. I
Don't
can't remember what year we did it. So no, that was way fucking. That was only 7 back in '92. Let's see, maybe we did 2002.
Yeah, we only did the 10 years. I think we did 2012.
Oh, it could have been 10 years. Okay, let's see.
Because we had all the data at that time. Yeah, we did this a minute ago now that I remember.
Yeah, see, 2002. That's what it was. We went back 20 years.
Okay,
and there were 22 1,000-yard receivers. Crazy.
Wow.
So let's see, and then let's go to 2012. Derek was laughing at that. Can you believe that we didn't plan that?
I mean, we don't plan anything. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's funny. Like, I do stupid shit on purpose. Like, hold on, cut. 5, 4.
Yeah. 20.
Just out here having fun, bro.
20 1,000-yard receivers in 2012. So at least amongst this century, it's about on par with what's happening every year, anyway.
My bad. I totally blanked out there. Wait, say that again.
2012. So 2022. 2022 had 22 wide receivers that went over 1,000 yards.
Say that 8 times twice.
2012 had 20 receivers that went over 1,000 yards, and then 2002 had 22 wide receivers that went over 1,000 yards.
I know. I now figured it out. I'm not blanking out so much as I get fucking confused. Say that again.
In 2012, in 2022, and 2002.
Okay.
So last year and 21 years ago.
Okay.
There were 22 wide receivers that went over 1,000 yards. And then 10 years ago, in 2012, there was 20 wide receivers that went over 1,000 yards. But then if you go back to 1992, there was only 7 that went over it. And Sterling.
I bet you there was a gang of 1,000-yard rushers now.
Oh, I bet. In 92? Let's go.
Yeah, hard-nosed football. Man's football. That's why they hated the Niners. What is this finesse? This throwing short. This fucking fairy shit. That's what they used to say, right? But we was just innovative.
13 players went over 1,000 yards rushing.
So that's not that much.
No. But how many in 2020?
In today's NFL.
Let's see how many guys went over.
Because you know why? It's like when people try to use, he rushed for 1,000 yards, bro. I'm like, so?
There were 16 that went over 1,000.
And they say football has evolved into a passing game, do they? It's more like it's evolved into running like quadruple amount of the plays on offense. Maybe that's an interesting thing to look up, right? Like, what's the average plays ran per year on offense in the NFL? You know what I mean? Like, because I know, when you see like a quarterback, he has like 650 pass attempts, right? And then you look at the running back on that team or running backs, and they have X amount, 500 total rush attempts. They're like, okay, yeah, they're running like 1,000 something total plays. You know what I mean? And then you start to be like, okay, that's who I want to target in fantasy. They're running a lot of volume. You know what? Like the Packers, they did it with Aaron Rodgers the past couple of years on efficiency. You know what I'm saying? Because they are not running a crazy amount of plays. They're just just very efficient with every single touch and attempt and pass attempt, rush attempt, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. So Tampa Bay, Chargers, Arizona, Washington. So 4 teams over 67 offensive plays per game. Let's go back to 2003 because this place tracks it. There was 2 teams that had over 66.
Okay, wow. What does it say the teams?
New England and the Rams.
Okay, and that makes sense. Because it's
Yeah,
2002.
Minnesota and Dallas and the Giants.
Because you know what Tom Brady was doing early in his career too. They're dinking and dunking. You know what I mean? So you're running a lot of plays if you're owning time of possession. You know what I'm saying? And they ran a lot. Who was that running back they had? He was a dog.
Who are you talking about? And for the Patriots?
Yeah, because they passed it was always the short passing game, and then they ran a ton. And then you still had the greatest show on turf with the Rams. You know what I mean?
Was it Corey Dillon? Who was there?
I think it was Corey Dillon, bro. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm some fucking New England Patriots historian here, and that was when I was in high school. So like I watched football, but you know, what I mean, we was out. Like it was harder for me to wake up early on a Sunday to watch football type of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Kevin Falk.
It was Falk. Okay, yeah, because they ran a ton, bro. That was they were a defense run the ball type of team, but then they were dinking dunking motherfuckers, long drives, you know, extended drives.
What up, Bakes? And Ryan said that the person accepted the deal. Higgins and a third for Tyreek and Henry. Whoa.
There you fucking go. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna win now, do it that way. Right? Fucking there you fucking go. Why not?
Nice.
Tyreek's going for 2,000, wow, and Derrick Henry's going for 1,700 plus. Fuck it. We're calling it.
Man, I just want to do more movie trivia. Oh, did I show you guys?
Okay, let's do it.
Hold on. Did I show you guys the shirt that I got for Father's Day? Check this out.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I saw the picture of this.
Yeah, it's got Ghostface on it. Movie trivia, anyone? Yeah,
that's total badass. You gotta wear that shirt when you do the trivia show.
Yeah, and seeing what? Okay, so I mean, movie or TV trivia, and should we pick like one specific movie?
You know, we've been looking for something to do on Tuesday nights. It always comes up. What are we gonna do tonight? We should make that like a trivia night or something.
That'd be fun.
We just have to plan it like the week ahead. You know, like that's something you gotta start like planning like Wednesday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And now more merch available. That'll be available. We're working on. Been slacking on getting some things done with the website and stuff, but we're working on it.
You're a one-man army. You know what I mean?
We're working on it. But yeah, okay. Well, what do you think? Because we can get a little Ming Shift trivia going right now.
Go ahead, hit me up. Fuck it.
Trying to think. Throw some ideas in the chat. What do you guys think? Movie trivia, TV show trivia. What?
Go movies, TV shows, anything, all of it. Fuck it.
Let's see.
We'll stick to one at a time now. Like we'll do like a bunch of one and we'll switch it. You can switch back and forth too. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's think. Maybe some movies that we did on Silver Screen Breakdown, or maybe even Drop Dead Fred. We're doing Drop Dead Fred this week.
Ooh, okay. If you can find some, if you can pull something up, some Drop Dead Fred trivia, hit me. Let's see. Oh, fucking that. I hate when
I don't know. Let's stick on Half Baked. Half Baked.
Okay, yeah.
Right now, let's see.
And I ain't gonna front. I didn't even watch it beforehand because I had to see this so many millions of times and shit.
Who is the black dude that they're initially about to smoke with? You know, before they said they don't know this dude.
Oh, the other friend.
No, not the. Well, I mean, he was another
fake friend.
He was an older guy. Yeah.
There was no fucking so-and-so. You got me already out the gate. I'm just gonna start guessing names at that point.
The lovable old James.
James, damn, I was gonna say John. I would have been in the ballpark. Would have shimmied the memory loose. Okay, you got me on one. Let's go. Keep me rolling.
Let's see. What was Sir Smokes-a-Lot physical ailment?
He had a bacchiotomy.
Doctor said I had a bacchiotomy. What did Sir Smokes-a-Lot call Thurgood when he left? Like when he
said Thurgood loved you.
What was the line that he said right there? Yeah, exactly.
He said
because what he called himself. That's what, because he
Green Eyes loves you.
Green Eyes will miss you.
Yeah, there you go. That's what he said.
We'll accept it. We'll accept
it. Yes.
Let's see. What was Mary Jane's last name?
Watson. No, that damn it. That's fucking. Oh, that was. I bet you Peacock's laughing right now. That's Spider-Man. Mary Jane. Jackson. You got me. You got me.
It was Mary Jane Potman.
Damn it. They had pot in it. I should have remembered that.
And her dad, I mean, is it a coincidence that she was named Mary Jane Potman and her dad's in prison for selling weed? He's a straight up weed head from back in the day, man.
Mm-hmm. My girl would have never let me name my kids cool stuff like that.
Uncle Buck's daughter's name is Mary Jane.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's funny because fucking so we had this, so you know, you become like cool with parents like at the school, right? And so there's this other couple. Well, they're a married couple, and you know, they have a kid as old as my oldest, and they have another one as old as my second oldest, and then they also had one. They also had a baby as well as us, right, at the time. So like, you know, we'd always see them and we'd always chop it up because our kids are in the same class and whatnot. But he named one of his sons. He was like, she wouldn't let me name the first names, but the middle names I got to do it. So one of them's name is Optimus Prime, and the other one's name is Maximus Awesomeness. I'm like, damn, I'm like, and then she's like, yes. Because I'm like, no fucking way. And she's like nodding her head. I'm like, see? She wouldn't even let me name my son Raekwon. I was hot. You know what I mean? And he got to name his son Optimus Prime and the other one Maximus Awesomeness. There's not even a word. Like, you made that up. That's fucking hard. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, that's
and of course, he calls them by those names.
Yeah.
He calls the other son Prime, and he calls the other one Awesomeness. He doesn't even call him Maximus. He calls him Awesomeness.
Oh, man.
Fucking hard. That's hella characters on the motherfucking goddamn birth certificate.
Dang. So in the show The League, they trade first round picks and like naming rights to the baby.
He named him like Taco, right?
No, they named him Chalupa. Chalupa Batman.
Yes. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. At Taco Bell, Chalupa is my go-to. Because I'm a gambling man, though, right? Because it's like a 50-50 chance you're about to get like a chewy-ass, nasty one, or you might get this fresh, deep-fried, like crispy deliciousness. You know what I mean? And I'm willing to roll the dice. Plus, in the Bay, for a while, they used to call it like bread chalupa. You know what I mean? Like if you had, you know what I mean?
If you just had bread, it was just a chalupa or that style.
Yeah, like if you just had like a fat ass roll, be like, listen, man, I spent the whole chalupa on that thing.
Man, we got to do another episode on the League, season 2. And it's so dope, man. Like they started off, it's in the second season, their draft is a Vegas draft. And, one of the reasons, you know, just another reason why, man, we got to get a Vegas draft going. It'd be so sick. And the way that they choose their draft order, the way that the draft order is formed, is whoever gets through security first.
Oh yeah, TSA.
Yeah. And so they're like cutting the line and shit. And the guy who
that'll never work for me, bro. That only works for white people.
Well, I mean, they end up pretty much just like jumping through, and then he gets taken away by TSA. He doesn't care though. Number 1 pick of the draft, Chris Johnson. Like as he's getting taken away by security.
So there was a loophole.
Well, you just had to get through the metal detectors first. That's what it was.
I like it.
And he got there, pushed his way in, and just jumped through.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't in the rules that you couldn't get escorted away by security.
Back in the days when we used to, like carry like QP, like just on our balls type of shit, right? So you wear like some boxer briefs and you have your shit vacuum sealed nice and tight and you have it in your balls and you wear some baggy ass sweats and the sweat fit, you know, like some fly shit though, you know what I mean? That matches, you know what I mean? And you have a carry on and you have nothing metal at all. You just walk through. This is way before you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have those in the San Jose airport for a minute, bro. Even at life after 9/11, they didn't put those yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went until like 2010. I was like, oh shit, no shit, can't do that no more.
No.
You know what I mean? But then even by then though, even by then you can carry on the plane.
Yeah, now
By
you
then
can
you were,
bring it in on your carry-on.
yeah, by then, yeah.
Have to do yourself.
Yeah. And you just had to have the proper, the proper whatever you want to call it, identification. You know, medical card, prescription, whatever they call it, because that was still 2010. You still had to have like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember 2009, that was when my sister got married. 2009 November. And we was in San Diego. And I remember it was my Uncle Jamal, you know what I'm saying? And Jamal, my Uncle Jamal, he's from Oakland, straight up Oakland. But like, and like when he talks to me, like, he talks like a brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but then he switches on the voice easy, you know what I mean? He's the IT fucking, you know what I mean? He's a baller, you know what I mean? Like pays when taxes come around type of shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, we're going through the thing, we're just chopping it up through the line. He's a big Raider fan, I'm talking shit, you know what I mean? Shit. I remember this year, I remember the exact conversation while we're going through the line, right? The exact conversation was he was talking about, I'm telling you, bro, this kid, fucking, what was the kid he turned receiver after? He was a QB first.
Terrell Pryor.
He was his kid, Terrell Pryor. Telling you, bro, Hugh Jackson. I'm telling you, I was like, I'm laughing in his face, bro. Because mind you, this is November. This is September. You know what I mean? So this is September. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's early to see that. I'm like, no, bro. I'm telling you, no. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. We're going out to Diego, right? And like, we're putting our things in the bin. You know what I mean? He just puts his prescription jar in there. You know what I mean? Like man, the old school dispensaries that have the fucking looks like a prescription shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they just and he said, how much do you have on you? And then the dude's like, that's it. Okay. I was like, what? I got mine tucked away in the bag and shit. In my checking bag. Like, I'm already good. You know what I mean? My thing's already across. But I'm just like, fuck. That's crazy. I was never ballsy like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, you carry up to 4 zips. I said, what? Wow. And then like, when you came back from that thing, you probably, how much do you think estimated a different product? Like ultimately, how much product do you have on you total?
Probably, I think it was like 5 or 6 ounces. And like a lot of them was like little 8 jars or whatever.
Yeah, but you had like fucking 3 dozen plus motherfucking jars and packages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was contemplating throwing.
Yeah, you probably had like 50 packages plus.
Yeah. Like there's a picture somewhere on like social media with like literally an entire table like worth of like product. I don't even know how the fuck we got it back. That shit lasted me.
No, but that's just this day and age though.
That was awesome.
I mean, shit. The last time I flew like on to Hawaii, I had a zip on me. I just had it in my carry-on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just goes through the thing. They're just more concerned with like liquids and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's a legal amount. So I mean, they already said it. Like, I mean, if it's like they're not gonna fuck with anything that's a legal amount, because what are they gonna do? They would call the cops, and the cops would come down, and they'd be like, "We're not like it's not an irreparable offense."
I want to say, Kev came through with like 200 plus pre-rolls on the flight.
Yeah,
that's kind of reckless. You know what I'm saying?
Even that, like, I mean, that's.
But I mean, yeah, and they're like gram joints, right? So even if you do the math, that's still like a half p maybe under a half p, because what QP is 112. So yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, it's wild, but yeah, they're looking for a lot of other shit, not someone who's carrying 200 joints and going to Vegas to party.
But also going to Vegas to a weed convention.
Yeah, for sure, exactly.
Like everybody, they're like, yeah, they're probably, you probably get a heads up, like, oh yeah, it's a weed convention.
Everybody like when we were going, like when I came back from Palm Springs to Vegas, yeah, like, I mean, it was nuts because everybody who was going from Palm Springs to Vegas, it was like you came from that convention, and like maybe Vegas was the layover to another spot or whatever, to where you
go somewhere. But yeah, because that's a small ass airport.
Yeah,
in Palm Springs.
Yeah, for sure, hella small, hella small. And yeah, I remember one guy, like when we got to the end and like we're getting off, he was like, man, he's like, there's so much weed like on this plane right now. Everybody had
about
a
robbing everybody, wasn't he? He was like, damn.
everybody had a full bag because like, so you pay.
I hijack this plane right now and land it somewhere. Take everybody's shit. He gets the bright idea. He's like, where we at? He's like, we're over the desert of Arizona. Perfect. Give me everything. Give me a parachute.
It's an expensive event to get into, like $800 to like get into. But could you imagine paying $800 to get into a place where you could buy $2 eighths, $3 grams?
I mean, but we're not
wax, like like it was like insane. And because I was telling everyone about the YouTube channel and everything, I was getting hooked up like so fast.
And you kept your word. You did review every single one of them goddamn things. I ain't gonna lie. I was getting high off the contact through the screen. I was getting high at the same time, but you know what I mean? I was just like, he was going meters. He was like, all right, we're starting the 20s here. You know what I mean? Then boom, this next bowl is 34%.
I remember that shit. I have the container somewhere around here, but there was one. It was the highest.
Yeah, what was it, like 90 something?
No, for the flour.
Oh, the flour. Yeah, what was it, like 40?
No, it was like 36 or 37. Most of the things were in the low 30s. Then there's a bunch of things in the high 20s and mid 20s. That's what I've said. Like, it's not just about the THC percentage. It's about the total package of the flour, the look, the smell, the terpenes, all that shit. But that one was crazy though, because I remember that was like bowl 11 or 12 out of like all of them. And it still kicked me into another gear when I hit that one. Like, woo! It didn't matter how many bowls deep I was. Like, man, that shit still fucking smacked.
Yeah, I remember he was like, "Oh, that's just the elevation right there." He was the cloud 18.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get back to that. So that's called, it's the Hall of Flowers event, and man, it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane because it's an expo for people with weed and dab, and like
when's the next one?
Let's go see.
It's October, huh? Oh no, there's one coming up, right? It moves around. Oh, they have one up north.
It goes to different areas. Let's see. No fucking way. It's in Vegas at the end of 2023. What? Oh, we're going.
What's the dates?
Let's see. It doesn't even have any dates here. It says November. Oh, wait. Is it going to be November? An MJ BizCon. I wonder. This might not be.
Oh yeah, that's the same one we went to last year, right?
No.
Yeah. Well, the one
it wasn't. They didn't.
The one that I went to, I should say. We didn't go. I actually did go to the convention that last day with Kid. We just went over there.
MJ BizCon was there. Yeah, and so so Hall of Flowers, they have I think a booth there, but it's not the same thing. Damn, it was in. How close are you to Santa Rosa?
Yeah, Santa Rosa. So Kev went to that one. Santa Rosa, from where I was from, is like 2 hours, 2.5. It's
yeah, they do that again.
Mendocino, as a Mendocino County.
Okay. Yeah, so that looked like it was the last one. They didn't do Palm Springs this year. I don't know what the fuck.
I think that's why they didn't do it that year. They didn't do it in Palm Springs because I think they did it up north.
No, but the year before that they did it in Palm Springs and Santa Rosa.
I remember Hess was like, "Hey, he was like, they're coming up near you in Santa Rosa." Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, word!" And then like 2 weeks prior to, he's like, "Oh, I'm not going anymore," because he was going to a different event. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then Kev and them had a booth over there at that one. I didn't know Kev and them was gone, or else I would have fucking went. I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna go still," because he was like, "I can get you." He said, "Just go," and you know what I mean. All you have to do is just let me know, and then I'll have my guy get you. You know what I mean?
So they're doing Toronto in September. That's what it is. So Palm Springs is next year. I mean, they've done Santa Rosa the last couple years. I mean, it's expensive. I mean, it was just luck how I got in, really, because like I mean, everyone's stoned. I guess like from security to everybody, you know.
Toronto's lit though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it would be bringing back weed though, you know, from Toronto, you know, to America. Like,
And then like I mean, you know, to be honest too, you might not even be able to get into Canada, bro.
no, I'm not trying to go to Canada. My record.
No, I'm just saying, like, because, like, you know, if you have anything,
I don't even have a. First off, I don't even have a passport, like right now, and second off, yeah, with my record.
yeah. Well, because Canada and Australia, they're the ones that they don't fuck around. They do not fuck around. They're like, no, get in here, mate. And they're like, you're not getting in here, eh?
But yeah, it's crazy because
that's exactly how they sound.
Hess, every time he goes to the Hall of Flowers, he brings an extra carry-on bag that's empty, so he can bring everything back.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Hess is one of the smartest people I've ever talked to. And Ricky told me, right? He said, in your personality, you have no business talking to anybody that doesn't know what they're talking about.
I work in the weed industry, and we go to Hall of Flowers Expo every year. If y'all go, we'll roll up. Hell yeah, bro.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, our man Hess.
What facet of the weed industry do you work in?
Yeah, because our man Hess, he fucks with cannabis now, and
same
and Trust Capital. So they're liable to be 100% of events. You know what I mean? If not, it's somebody for sure from representing their shit.
And they're not usually getting like they really just don't like they're going
just there.
Well, they're going there to check out, you know, these companies
that
they're worth investing into, and also just having like Hall of Flowers. They say like their quote is the pulse of the cannabis community, and because it really is, man. Like it's the dopest event that I ever went to.
Yeah, you know, for years people
all
will
the
flock.
Weed growers, man. It's all the weed growers and weed brands and dab brands and like, you know.
Yeah, for years, what do people do? They flock to Cali, right? For years, people are flocking to Cali because they want that good. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like you got other motherfuckers like you got PD over there in Vegas. Like he's killing the game over there in Redwood. What they're doing over there is like it's like I wouldn't miss home. Like, do you miss home? When you missed home when you first got there until you started getting the Cali over here. At first it was kind of rough when you started running out. You're like, oh shit. Then you find, you know, and of course it's not gonna last. That didn't last long.
I was going to the Cookies was like the only familiar brand, right? Like every other dispensary that I was going to, you know.
Ironically, now you fuck with the guy who grows the cookie brand out there in Vegas or in Nevada.
Yeah, for sure. And it's funny because like it was the Gary Payton that was the first one that I got when I got here. And like it was the person pushing it and they were like, oh, this just came in. Like they just pulled it like 2 weeks ago, you know, super fresh. And I was like, all right, let's run it. And of course it was, you know, by Redwood Cultivations. I find that out later. You know, I don't know who they are when I first get out here. And yeah, like they're growing some of the best like for the cookies.
Yeah. Yeah, he fucks with Burner. But I got to talk to him for a little bit. He was like, yeah, he's like, you know what I mean? He's like, Burner's big business, but then he also had a lot of choice words to say about Burner, which I won't say, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's funny. BS. It's BS Barbarians. It's funny. We were talking about it. He was like, because I forget what exactly we were talking
People
about.
Don't like. I mean, because you know what it is too. When you're from the Bay, bro, and like you know what I mean, you're pushing some shit. Like you know what I mean, like you know, we're always gonna have that fast talking con man like type of allure. You feel me?
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? Like his claim to fame, he never invented cookies. He made it famous. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He's not a grower or nothing, but been
associated
with it. I mean, it was crazy. I went to the cannabis, the fucking, what's it called? The Cannabis Cup in, I think 2015. So I don't even know. Like, I know. I know who Burner is, but like I was there with someone who was from the Bay, and he was about to come in his pants, like when he stopped.
Oh my God, it's Burner.
I was like, man, chill out, bro. Like he's just taking pictures of everyone. You want to go get a picture? Like, let's go get a picture and have him hold up. You know, I was working with an edibles company.
Well, it's like okay, it's like the modern day equivalent. It's the modern day Bay Area equivalent to like a Be Real from Cypress Hill. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
That's how big he is. Like for me, like listen, I like Be Real's music. He has some classics, but like it's the same thing with Burner. I don't really fuck with Burner's music like that. You know what I mean? Like I mean, he's actually one of the more credible rappers with what he's saying. You know what I mean? As opposed to people.
Burner songs I heard was when people were feeding the jukebox and throwing out Burner songs for us to play.
Yeah, and Burner's the type of dude, he was so into, I mean, he is the tree game.
And Dennis, real quick, he said 75 hours, no cigarettes. Congrats, homie. He said, I'm not going to lie, it's been hard.
Let's go. Let's go. Match that, bro. Hey, match me that 75, bro. Let's go.
Just keep going.
I think I'm over 75 days at this point because I haven't smoked cigarettes since the day after Super Bowl. So,
nice.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I just fuck them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something that quarantine made me go back to because like nobody sees me.
Peacock said I need to take an empty carry-on to Vegas. He said, hook a broski up with some chocolates.
Oh, you already know, man. You know what I'm saying? You could even place an order. But one of my dudes out here has a little company and shit that they you know, they're based out of LA, but you know what I'm saying? So they sell it in like boutiques down there and then even some in the Bay. But you know, I just know the guy, you know what I mean?
And I know I was planning on making some of the chocolates like for the event, like also because just like, you know, little squares, little 0.3 squares or whatever, you know, people don't want to get too crazy. And because like who know, like you might not even feel it with like a 0.3, like might not feel anything, you know, just depends on how your body.
Yeah, but also like when you started accumulating more.
And Dennis said, "Congrats, Bogey."
What's up?
He said, "Congrats, Bogey."
Oh man, don't congratulate me, bro. You know what I'm saying? It you know, it was my fault the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Cigarettes is a choice thing, you know what I mean? You have to go to the store and get those motherfuckers. You had to like, you know, I used to find all different kind of ways where like be like, I remember before 2020 came around, I had already been smoking for about 2 years. But like just when I see somebody, like, you know what I mean? And it would be my boy because we were season ticket holders. So it'd be like every home game, like, hell yeah, I'm about to smoke like all day today. Man. He doesn't smoke weed. We all smoke weed. But then I sit with him and every time we go, he'd be like, secret stove? I'm like, yep. Because he was the only one. Because listen, when I like quit cigarettes for like that long stretch for like damn near 7 years, you know, I just had my second kid. You know what I'm saying? And I told these motherfuckers like everyone around me smoked, you know what I mean? And my girl had stopped smoking fine because she went back to after our first kid, you know, but went back to smoking. Then after our second one, she never went back ever. You know what I mean?
Congrats, Peacock. At 8 days away from officially hitting 6 months alcohol free. Congrats, homie.
There you go. There you go. Hey, and Peacock, let me know in the chat, man. Like, you know what I mean? Are you like noticeably sharper? Like, cause you know what I mean? I know, like you said, like, you know, when you would party, you would go there. You know what I mean? So I know, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
And you still drink beers, and I mean I know you're California, you know, sober because no one's giving up.
No, he hasn't been drinking nothing at all.
Cool.
Yeah. I think like listen, even subconsciously, like, you know what I'm saying. I stayed California sober on the show on Playmakers last Wednesday because I was like, I'm gonna go get some beer, and you know what I mean. I had like 10 minutes before the show, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean?
No one would ever
Peacock's on. I was like, fuck it.
No one's ever hating on Pat McAfee for drinking breakfast beers like on his show. You know,
I drink breakfast beers on this show all the time.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not like we're going and operating heavy machinery or fucking driving somewhere like while we're doing this. You know, like shit.
I don't know. Here's the thing: it's like beer. Like it's like if I wake up in the morning and start drinking vodka, my day is fucked up. I don't like if I'm doing that, I know I'm doing that all day. Like that's like. You know, like football days, it's almost like a mindset. Like, okay, I know, but you know, my girl knows on football, I'm just rocking, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That just is what it is. I designate that for that. You know what I mean? Like, I wait all year for this shit. She knows how crazy obsessed we are with the fantasy. You know what I mean? And I'm not the only one on it. You know what I mean? It's even like people in her family, like they're leagues with us. And, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a normal thing at this point, right? But like other than that, it's like if I drink vodka and I have it's not, I got a meeting or I gotta make like 12 phone calls today. Change all these different movements. You know what I mean? That's the worst because it's like, oh, I forgot to call so and so, or someone calls me and like, bro, I'm waiting. And I'm like, oh, fuck, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's really
annoying because I don't like doing things to people that annoys me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's about a transaction, like for work, you're like, if I say, hey, I'm gonna call you in 10 minutes, I'm gonna call that motherfucker. You know, if someone says, hey, I'm gonna call you, this is not the streets. You know what I mean? Call you back in 10. I'm like, fuck.
And Dennis said, sorry for the D pics, Huss. So it's crazy because so you didn't know me when this happened, but 2 years ago at this point, it was I went to Florida and like I got an infection like in my foot and it was crazy.
Yeah.
My leg.
That's how I knew I was close to Huss. He was like, listen, brother, check this out. I was like, whose nasty foot is that? He's like, mine.
It was a fucking like there was like softball sized pus balls coming up my leg, and like when they finally cut it, like it was crazy because like they're tearing off all the skin. A whole part of my leg was just like exposed for like
my girl, right? My girl, she worked in the skill facility when she first became a nurse, and you know what I'm saying, it's a hospice shit. So like these are people that are like you're like doing like bed dressings, and you're like and like she would just like be eating, like she would work graveyard, come home, and we would have breakfast, and we'd be eating, and she's just telling me about shit, and I'd just be like, I can't eat. You know what I mean? She's like, yeah, so she's just eating like, yeah, we turned the patient over, and then he had like stage 4 like bed sores, so it was like you could like see his whole skeleton, and I was like how could you? But she's so desensitized to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I can't. Like I'm like, bro, I'm trying to eat filet mignon right now, okay? You know what I'm saying? The conversation has to be exquisite.
And Peacock said clear brain and way more productive.
There you go.
He said, I've been drinking non-alcoholic beers to take the edge off. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, see, look, I don't smoke cigarettes, but here and there I'll smoke a spliff. You know what I mean? Even just like my uptick of smoking blunts, like backwoods specifically, like that look only actually, because it's like the backwoods, like it's that nice nicotine, just you know what I mean. The thing that sucks with cigarettes the most is like it's just like it wires you. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've never been wired by something more than cigarettes. You know what I mean? Nothing. No kind of.
Barbarians will never share a joint because every joint that he smokes is a spliff. He's got to have the tobacco in there.
I'm not mad at it. I wonder what kind of tobacco he fucks with.
No idea.
Well, because people they'll have a specific one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I roll a spliff, it's the backwood guts from after I roll the blunt. You know what I mean? I'm
like rocking the nicotine patch right now. There you go.
There you go. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Hey, the next time we see a picture of Dennis, bro, he looks like a ninja, right? He's like 3 years in it, fellas. There you go, man. Goals. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'd say though too? My favorite is just cold turkey, bro. That's how you gotta do it. I always feel like the test of mind is the hardest one. The physical withdrawals, we'll get over that. You know what I'm saying? I almost enjoy being sick off whatever because then at least I'll have a couple of days where I'm down and I can't do anything, right? It's like, yes, got a couple of days.
I lost so much weight when I was in the hospital that time.
They're like, hey, Huss, you look good, man. Turn to the side, man. What you been doing? Laid up in the hospital. Like, oh, shit, my bad.
Dying.
Fuck. It's a bad joke, but damn. That's like a Bogard joke.
Oh, man. But yeah, that shit was crazy. It was nuts because we finally figured out what the issue was, and it's literally I have small veins, and I think I'd gotten too many infections over the course of time that it was just getting worse and worse. But
yeah, and you don't want it to get like dead scar tissue and shit like that, and then they have to remove it, and you know what I mean. So yeah, at least they figured out what it is now.
Then just maybe being out in Florida, like
you got to get an elliptical, bro, or like one of them bikes. Just hit the bike while you're doing a pod and shit. Because it's it's really just about getting the circulation, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, not even that. We got the treadmill now, but really what it was is like it would happen a lot when I was working. I'd be working for however many hours and feet just sweat like over.
Okay, there it is. Put it in the chat. Let's get a poll going. Let's get should Hus get a bike? Well, why are you doing the pod? Just
hitting the elliptical, hitting the bike.
he
So
get
Dennis,
into the high gear and he's like, ugh.
I have no
Got
idea.
standing on it.
I have no idea what kind of infection it was, but it came in through like my feet. Like I had like a cut like on my like in between my toes, and it was like pretty much like athlete's foot. That like
I know exactly how it is. Listen, I'm not a doctor, but let me take a shot at it. So because of the poor circulation, that blood is gonna get infected hella easier. You know what I mean? Because you need proper blood circulation to heal anything. So if you get infected by any kind of bacteria, you're going in and out the planes and shit where you gotta take the shoes on and off. You're walking through the airport type of shit. Boom, you get there, you get one little cut or something, bro, and you're sweating. It's the humidity. Yeah, now you got the socks in your shoes. I'm sure you're wearing Jordans, right? Or if not flip-flops, that would be even worse. Now you're hella exposed. You know what I'm saying? There's hella ways that and then because it gets infected, that shit'll spread hella fast, bro. Because of the poor blood circulation. That's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Dr. Bo, give me a ding.
Yeah, so working at home and then being in Vegas is actually better because, like, you know, it's dry. It's not humid here, so my feet aren't sweating, you know, like that.
You know what, bro? That's what we need, bro. We need Tough Actington Acting to sponsor the show. Boom! Right in the feet. Then you hit the bike. And we'll get like Nordic Track or something for me. You know what I mean? I'll just be on this motherfucker like this. You know what I'm saying? Nordic Track, give me money.
Oh, man. And Dennis, I'm probably going to need skin moved from my ass to my knee because the infection killed the skin on my knee. Fuck.
I mean, so how often you showing your ass, Dennis? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because my skin and everything grew back. It was just like, it was this pus ball that fucking came up and cut that shit off. And, and Vanessa was like, you should have recorded it. I was like, come on, you have no idea. I needed someone recording it there for me, but yeah, we could have.
I got a Vegas story.
With that.
Vegas story. So shout out to the homie Juju. Looks exactly like Brian Hoyer, by the way, right? Dumbass, like looks like that bald Brian Hoyer. And when Brian Hoyer went bald, we're like, oh shit. Anyways, so my man Juju, right? He had like a cyst on his ass or something, bro, like a boil or a cyst that turned boil. I don't know what the fuck it was, but we're in Vegas and he's like complaining about it. Like, oh, bro, I had this cyst on my ass, bro. And then like, you know, my man Nancy, you know, he's one of you know, he's the one white dude with us. Well, according to 23andMe, because he never knew his dad, he found out that his dad was Portuguese. So that's why he never tanned. He never got sunburned. He would tan. But anyways, Nancy was like, he's like, what? You got a cyst on your ass? He's like, yeah, bro. He's like, it's getting so bad he couldn't even walk, type of shit. And he's like, where? And he slaps him in the ass. Where? Boom, right? And then you just see like a wet spot on his shit. Just pop whatever the fuck it was, and that's like blood and nasty shit. And then like we're in the elevator, and I go, damn, bro. I'm like, did you shit your pants? And he's like, no, hell no. And then we're looking, it's like all wet, but it stinks, bro.
Yeah, because
like whatever he popped on his ass was disgusting.
Shit
it was fucking disgusting, bro. I almost threw up.
When they cut the shit off, it's like green shit that's like coming. It's gross. It's fucking gross, man. It's gross because it's like, just think of like the worst infection. It's like not blood. There was blood, but like, yeah, it's like the infection coming out. Gross.
I feel like we need to get the Nordic Track and you need to get the bike, bro.
And Big said, only tobacco I smoke are White Owl cigar wraps after I got it for a blunt. White grape, pineapple, platinum are the best. There you go.
I'm not mad at it. I bet what is it called? I remember back in the days, bro.
And he said smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
Fucking the whatchamacallit is dope though. When I was real bougie with it, because you know what I'm saying, when we first started doing playmakers together, it was like I would just have like a dozen of those the Packwoods.
Yeah. Where it's already rolled up and ready, the pre-roll.
Yeah, I remember you had a gang of them at one point. You got them for a good ass price too. Was the tree good that was in the one that you had? It was like with the tree with all the with the keef and the oil and shit.
Yeah, different. It was a handful of different collabs that they got because it was. I don't know if it was different companies or just the different weed
I
strains.
mean, you definitely got it from a dispensary because, like, you know what I mean. Well, anyways, fucking so there's this one joint I used to run through. It was called Elemental and shit. That was the name of the dispensary.
Oh, and real quick, and Peacock said his Playmaker's going down tonight.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh yeah, what should we do? Peacock. Let's do a Peacock theme one tonight because we did a JD theme one last week. What you got, Peacock?
Let me see.
You know what I'm saying? Hit us with a Peacock theme Playmakers, and we're gonna run that shit tonight.
He said, thinking of a team by team breakout candidates, tackle one division an episode.
Okay, let's start it. Let's start off tonight. Set off the division.
That's 8 episodes, right?
I like that. Or we could do two divisions. Oh yeah, you know what? Because the way we break shit down, we could do one division, right?
Yeah,
that'd be the next.
Keeping it between an hour and a half for the show.
Yeah, I mean, if we can tackle more than one division, that'd be cool. But yeah, let's do it.
I mean, that's 2 months, unless you don't want to, unless there's a certain division you don't want to break down or maybe lumping up to because there's not too many good teams in there or something.
But see, they're all great, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I love them all. They're all mine. They're all my precious. You know what? I'm down for the sake of it. Let's do 2 divisions at a time. Like we could do AFC South.
Because I mean, it
would be the AFC and NFC.
It's only breakout candidates, not like like just mentioning.
Or just the fantasy. Or are we highlighting fantasy viable guys on each team? You know what I mean? In every category, like like must-haves or fucking breakouts or sleepers or fucking you know what I mean, come bounce backs or you know what I mean, or fades.
Maybe studs and duds per.
Maybe we'll go through the players and we'll label them individually. Like, all right, on this team, on this division, we got start off with Tennessee Titans, Treylon Burks. What say you? You know what I mean? Like maybe we do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think we got to just think of. We got to think of something different besides studs and duds. Like what could be the two? I know studs and duds isn't an adjective, but like what's like an adjective or a noun that we can use to like describe a good player and a shitty player amongst the Playmakers? Because we can even get people on who are like fans of like teams to like come on and do this, right? Break down the division or like things like that.
Yep. Fuck yeah, we can. Because I have 0 issues with never kissing ass of someone's favorite team, and I happen to not like certain player on a team. Right in front of them.
Yeah.
I was the guy that was like,
because if we're going through every player, I think it should just be one division, like per show. If we're gonna go through all the players.
I asked OG Jerome Baker, right? So what's your favorite team though? Like Ronnie's like, come on, man. Dolphins. like no matter what, it was gonna be Dolphins. Like I just wanted to hear him say it.
Right? So one division per show if we're gonna break down. And let's think of it. Not studs and duds, but like how are we gonna coin?
Or how about this? If we're doing one side, you know what I mean? Like if we do like the South, we do NFC and AFC South. How about that? Then it turns into 4 weeks.
Yes, it just depends on how much we're talking about each player, because there's going to be a lot of players we're talking about in each division.
But there also might be some that don't have a lot to talk about. You know what I mean?
I feel like we're literally going through like all the fantasy.
You're right. I love them all. I love them all. Give them their own.
But seeing maybe we're not talking about it too much, or maybe one person gets to break down, one player, and the next person gets to break down another.
No, I like the panel. We just talking shit, right? But we still have a structure.
But what would they? Yeah, risers and fallers. Okay, loud and
all of it. Fades, like must-haves. Like I mean, whatever you want to.
I feel like I want to create something that's unique to us.
Okay.
And because
it's usually some. Well, what do we usually say? It's usually something that we already say already. You know what I mean?
So Peacock said loud and bunk, maybe fire, like maybe fire for the dope player.
And Reggie. and then straight up just Bammer. Which is okay. We'll grade them on the wheat scales, right? I mean,
dope I've ever smoked.
Yeah, there's dope, because that's what we call it. Like, I smoke dope every day. We're like, I'm smoking that Ellis Greens. That's some dope right there. You know what I mean? You feel me? And then there's the fire, right? Then there's that Reggie, and then there's that straight whammer.
The Bammer.
The Bammer.
It's either the Bobby Brown or the Al Green.
There you go.
I want that Bobby Brown. I want Al Green.
I want Al Green.
Exotic.
Hey, Bobby, don't come around. I need that shit from Humboldt County.
The 420 Paraquat.
Paraquat. Shit that'll make you cough up snot.
3.5, no more.
No more, no less. In the backwood, it'll bust your chest. It'll have a grown man crying tears, saying, "Damn, I ain't been this high in years."
Yeah, we're just gonna turn that one on right now, because that one, like, that's how you know Mac Dre is from the culture, because everything he's talking about, that's just some everyday, like, weed head shit.
So that part right there, right? My man's son. He didn't talk. My man's son didn't talk until he was like 6 or 7.
Okay.
But we be in the car, and my man Kali's the type that would play. This one before he was playing his son, he would go.
We real dumb here with the Louis. As a Louis, I know just what I need. I need a sticky gooey. And when I get this tape, I'm blowing with the Louis. Help me out. I need a sticky gooey. And when I get this tape, I'm blowing with the Louis. Help me out. I need a sticky gooey. And when I get this tape, I'm blowing with the Louis.
7 a.m. in the morning, and the monkeys on my bed. Got me craving and enslaving. I need some dope on my head.
And I be pushing backwoods before I hit the hood, no doubt. Monkey on my back,
3.5 on my Richter scale, and if the sack ain't obese, you won't make the sale.
I need an 8. Big body say. When you bring my shit, make sure my shit ain't hanging. Cause if it's hype when you bring it, I'ma get the ringing. Ghetto ring, leave a nigga here ringing for show. 3.5 an endo.
Cause here's Miami put out that sticky green. It was sticky gooey. Residue. One more time for my niggas in the room. I can't speak As a Louis, I need gooey.
You gotta get the screensaver like your house right there with that everywhere.
We stay smoking major, and niggas wanna hate us because we straight players. But that's some other niggas about my crew and what we doing. We blowing crippin', that's the motherfucking truth, man.
No, ain't no cryptos, blowing big things, turf holes. Hit the block, blowing backwoods, and sew it up like a Mac should.
And of course, and then I break the backwoods.
Eat them up, best believe me. With the Louis, and it was Louis coming through on the sticky goofy.
The liquor store that I go to right here.
The first must be gutted. Up to the middle like a fullback. You know we recycle the contact.
I'm dope dog, bitch. Always smoking major. Need a fat sack, better hit me on my pager. Elbows to 10 sack. Louis, hold that. Big bomb pillows to tell your wig back. My sack is getting smaller, and my man ain't calling back. If he don't call by tomorrow, I'm going to start on black. Call. Damn. Hello? Hey, what's up, my Louis?
Hey, man, when the fuck is you coming, man?
7 minutes.
Hey!
You know what I mean?
I got some Killer Brown.
I want no Bobby Brown. Boy, if this Bobby don't come around, I need that shit from Humboldt County. 420, Paraquat, shit that make you cough up snot. 3.5, no more, no less. In the backwood, it'll bust your chest. To have a grown man crying tears, saying, "Damn, I ain't been this 9 years." That endo, only Cali grow. And we got that sacks in the valley, Joe. Blowing big bomb at
Lighthouse.
Leave a nigga stuck with cotton mouth. I need a hand.
Hella good. That shit tastes hella good.
Hey, that fool, that
Oh,
dude.
the Mac.
Yeah, but that last year, recipes to the Mac, guy, the Pearly Ghost. Yeah, but the dude in that he said that in the end, that's Miami the most, right?
Okay.
And Miami the most, he don't rap, but he be doing ad libs and like he do like hooks here and there. But he's just a live cat for real, you know what I mean? He was all over that Trill TV shit too.
I feel like one of these days we need to watch the Trill TV.
I mean, shit. Go find the insert right now. If I can throw a little piece. What time is it?
10.
Okay, cool. I still got a little bit of time.
Let's see.
I just gotta make a call like in 30 minutes. Big body design. But yeah, that fool Miami the most. He's all over that shit. He just be like, he's just a fool with it. And then that's so anytime you
Trill TV, hosted by Denzel Washington.
What's up? What's happening? What is it? Welcome to your first episode of Trill TV. I'm your host, Denzel Washington. Man, we're finna get off into some real grimy, dirty, cutthroat, true to life, trill television, man. You know what I mean? So, stay tuned, enjoy the show, and,
I'm about to cry, bro. I miss you, man.
Trill TV, baby.
You're watching Trill Television.
Trill Television.
Music, man. Music. That's what we do. You feel me? We get down.
In the
hard.
Uja.
We make that real music. Stuff that you can grind to, go pull 1, 2, yada I mean too. But in order us to make that real good music, man, we gotta be in the right, proper environment. We done got a few spots, you know what I'm saying, out by the lake, out in the country, so we can make our music. We got a couple of studios, man. Come look at our studios, man. We get down. Real nice. Come check it out. What's up, man? I'm just chilling. This is Denzel Cribs. You know what I mean? I got my niggas with me to cut those Shemity. You know what I mean?
The cut those Shemity. What he say?
Yeah, man, we just chilling with my folks, man. You know what I mean? Having a little fun while we taking a little 15, 20-minute break from the Ujo. We putting down the Keto Committee album at the compound, you know what I'm saying? We doing it big here, swimming pools and shit, baby.
This was 2000 and this was like between 2000 and 2001 and 2003.
My nigga Ty, 2 teams just got out the FBDs, man, you know what I mean? We really finna do it, man. This is an unexpected thing here, man, you know what I'm saying? This is a treat right here.
He had just got out doing 10 right there.
Boy. Heard that?
Oh, he ain't even where deodorant go.
You were close, boy. We got a little bit off, a little bit of practice. I just got these today. You know what I mean? Yeah. This hoop court. You know what I mean? Got niggas out here. You got a light? Never mind. Hey, yeah, we like to be real comfortable when we're recording and shit, you know what I mean? So a nigga might come out here, shoot a few hoops or what have you, you know what I mean? Like to be real comfortable, man. 25 is wood, though.
Hell yeah.
When the max batted, you don't want to see me. Punk, get your hat flatted, dope like a crack addict. Or a hothead, spit it clear so you can hear what I said. I hear, nigga, they got me.
I'll eat it, man. I'll pull your top off. Pull your top right on off.
That's how you fuck that nigga up for fake.
When a nigga say I can't smoke in the studio, I grab his face and pull it right to my knee. This Studio B. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Yeah, we got the, a few different methods of recording around here, man. We got the Roland 2480. It's the BS 2480, man. It's all high tech, buttons all automated.
Yeah,
you know
that's the
I mean?
rolling train right there.
A few modules, the MOFAT,
rolling, turns well.
See, they were still doing a lot of.
It's the brain, you know.
They're
You
doing a
make
lot of
everything out
analog
here, man.
digital.
The MPC 4000. You know what I mean? 4,000 on their ass.
Hey, Mac Dre was making a lot of the beats
state of
too.
the art, the newest shit, LT right here. You know what I'm saying? Got the hottest new sounds. My niggas, my producer niggas come and bring it.
It's so crazy because a lot of people still use a lot of those joints.
Big in here, man.
Yeah, 20 years.
You're watching Trill TV.
And you know, we can't leave out the bitch ass. Everywhere we go, it's bitch ass. Beezies, white ones, Chinese, black, Portuguese, Islamic. Bitches everywhere, man.
Islamic.
Stupid bitches. The groupies go wild when Thiz is in the building, man. It goes down.
Look, man.
Might not be able to show this part.
And if you don't believe me, just watch me. Just follow me every day.
It's already on
I get broke off of bitches, man.
Okay.
That's what I do, man. It's real talk, baby.
Mac motherfucking Mac motherfucking Mac motherfucking
Because I think they might even show some bitches showing some pussy.
Is this a party?
Mac Dre is the motherfucking law.
No, what is this? What is it? What is it? I mean, what is it? What's like? You know me. You know me. I love the body. You know me. I'm in the parties that don't end at 4. Bitches that keep lingerie in the drawer. Back in 84, I swore to feel straight dimes, no more 2s or 4s. Not looking for my Chevy or more. I'm a Mac, I pimp whores, got CDs in stores. I'm hardcore like the almighty Thor. Campaign with this game, man. Like Al Gore, drink Mickey's, not cores. No sticky pot boards, got wounds and sores. Well, I've been through wars. I want to party till I fall on the floor or get drunk, pass out and sore. This is bartender.
So we represent Mom, LG, Parkway Live. What is it?
Rodney
I'm trying to find me a dick sucker, man. I want a bitch that can bump 1,000 dicks, man. One day. That's all I'm looking for.
Bubblicious.
Let's see. There we go.
Bitches, man, I told you. Punk, rock, Beezies, everywhere we go. You should see some of the things that go down when we on
Punk
the road.
rock Beezies. I haven't said that in a
Dre
while.
and the motherfucker Z. Dre, would you sign my titties? Will you sign my bra? Will you sign my thong? Will you sign my mama thong? Always want a nigga to put a name or part of.
All right. We got shut down for the Mac Dre. Mac Dre didn't like it. We played too much of that one.
I was saying too, you know what I mean? I was like, because you know what it was Tuesday, it was the song.
Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, that whole thing's on YouTube already.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they got the part 1 and the part 2. We were able to get through a bunch of it before they shut.
Hell yeah. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Hey, this shit goes crazy. That show was made me want to cry, bro. I miss Mac Dre.
Man, old school. Yeah, let's see how long they hold it down before we get back on. Let's see what else we got to do. We got to record some other. We got to get some more IDP videos going. And we got to get and fuck, man, I hate doing rankings, but I guess we're gonna have to do a rankings show.
You got to.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate rankings. So
yeah, me too.
Change everything.
I mean, it just really got to be like your top like a top 12 episode. Then the next episode is the other half, right?
Yeah,
11 through 24, or I mean, 13 through 24.
Yeah. Yeah, Dennis let us know we got cut off by YouTube. Yeah, we know.
I'm sure of it.
It'll be back up.
This is actually fairly long, huh?
Yeah, we're getting ready to get off. Like, anyways, I mean that was.
Well, no, I mean, but no, that too. But then I mean, like, they usually don't cut us off that long. Like,
no. It's about this because what it's doing. Okay, yeah, we're back now. Because what it's doing, it's like they're cutting us off, but they're like also like clipping the part out. So like anyone's watching on the replay, all that part already gets cut out and stuff. Yeah. I told you we'd be back. We're back. If we ever get shut down by YouTube, don't worry. We'll always be back. We just can't play any other songs or like, you know.
If they ever shut us down, you know who to come looking for. Follow the breadcrumbs.
But there we go. We are back. Yeah, and we're just talking about some different ideas of shows that we got to get going. And yeah, we're gonna get a rankings video going here, and maybe that will be, I don't know, maybe we do a whole show, you know, just for the rankings, top 10, top 12 of certain positions.
Yep, linebackers for sure. Safeties for sure. Maybe safeties would be just like the top 12.
Yeah.
I think linebackers would be one we could really go in depth on.
Yeah, maybe getting some other people to come on for that as well. Throw in some rankings.
There you go. I know, right? Because what was the finishers last year? It was Petrie, Brisker. I know Hufanga was like 5, right?
Yes, yeah, it seems a little.
I know the young guys really made like their presence felt last year at the safety position.
Yeah. And and you guys are gonna see me. I made a short appearance on this one podcast, the Fantasy Football Mad Scientist podcast.
Cool. Did you guys do experiments?
No, it's funny. But his intro is like the Breaking Bad music.
Tight.
And
but is it the Breaking Bad music, or is it like a parody?
No, it's the Breaking Bad music. It's not like the Breaking Bad intro or anything. Just the music.
Yeah, but he has the music.
So let's see. Last year was Petrie, Snead, Jenkins.
Ramsey, Snead. That's right. That's what.
Derwin James. That's top 5. Isaiah Simmons, Hufanga. Wilson, what the hell is his first name? Donovan. Then Julian Love, Richie Grant, Minka Fitzpatrick, and then Brisker. So is that the top 12?
Okay, so
10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's top 12.
I forgot Brisker didn't get I don't know why I was thinking Brisker had 100. Brisker only had like 8.
Well, he does. See, the thing that sucks about Sleeper is they only show total tackles. They don't show solo and assisted.
Yeah, I always got to look those up.
He got 104 combined tackles last year. Yeah, and he had, but yeah, let me see. I mean, even then, like Richie Grant had more, 122. Julian Love had more, 116. Derwin James, 115. Rashad Jenkins, 112. Snead, 108. 147. There's still like amongst this top 12, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys who didn't even crack 100 combined tackles for the safeties. But they had touchdowns in the mix, interceptions in the mix, because Brisker only had 1 interception. I mean, that's why we like him. It's the crazy tackles. See, what was his? Yeah, and we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. Let's look at this. And okay, Dennis, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, because we got to get the teams filled for tonight for the box break. We got a bunch of teams that are available right now. I'm gonna post this on Patreon. I'm gonna post this on Facebook and stuff as well. But yeah, there's a ton of teams available right now. Yeah, the only teams taken as of now: Bengals, Cowboys, Broncos, Jags, Chiefs, Saints, Jets, Steelers, 49ers, and Seahawks. And see, that's why I'm nervous about getting going all out and getting that Don Russ box. I mean, shit, because those are like $600-$700, and we got to be able to fill it though with people paying, anywhere from $20 to $40 a team.
Maybe that could be just one you don't do it until it's filled.
Maybe
kind of like.
Oh well, yeah, it would have to be because those ones are yeah.
Just that would be just one you constantly remind people on the show. It's funny because my boy, he does. I'm gonna text my boy, see if he want to get down. Because you know, he's like, I didn't know you guys do card stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember I told you my main producer, bro. Shout out to my man Prime.
Yeah.
I was actually wearing a company shirt yesterday.
See, and fucking Bakeslaw said, damn, it was so hard getting back to the link. Had to go through the channel's main page. Stupid shadow ban, man. So it makes no sense. But yeah, we're just gonna keep grinding, man. And that's why we need people to like tell your weed smoking friends about us. And you know, I know that like it's kind of tough to like invite people in your fantasy football leagues over here because you want to beat like all those people. But like either way, it's all about how you drafted us, the moves that you make along the way. So like if your friends know about us, you just got to be watching us more than your friends do and like be paying attention when it's most important more than your friends do.
I mean, that's also why we have a panel of savages, because it's like you get different opinions and shit. And like a lot of times, in my opinion, like when I would go out seeking content and stuff, before I started making my own content, you know what I'm saying? I was really looking for people like I was looking for confirmation bias.
Yeah.
You know, all this guy's, you know what I mean? This guy agrees with me and he's right all the time. I think I'm on the right track. Like I used to be like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Then I started figuring out, man, all these motherfuckers be wrong and shit.
Yeah.
Especially when I started getting money. When a lot of those content creators start getting money, and it's like, you know what I mean?
For
and
sure.
then like they focus on the broader audience, which is like the, you know, basically standard or half point, like, you know, single QB audience. You know what I mean?
Well, it's easy to teach the people that don't know shit, right? Like we're trying to teach the people that already know well beyond those basics and are trying to like really sharpen their swords.
Yes.
That's how I feel. And Office said rankings sound lame, but it'll introduce the 420 network to a new audience. Yeah, for sure. And that's the important part, right? Is getting more people to find us. That's what it's all about.
See, I mean, it's not like we never did rankings. You know what I mean? It's just funny because it's like, you know what I mean? You know,
we do it once.
It's because rankings, they change all the time. That's the thing. You know what I mean? It's like, so I always felt like compelled to label it, too early rankings, or like, off season, rankings, and then, you know what I mean? Then like, then they do another, one more rankings show. We always did that before the show would come out. I mean, the season. You know what I mean?
You're the man. He said, I introduced league mates to you guys. I have my own opinions. Ain't scared. See, there you go. Because no matter what, like, we should all be playing in more than one league at this point. Like, we just got to.
I know, what's wrong with you? You're not playing in more than one. God fucking damn it.
And for another auction draft, he said, I liked it more than I thought I would. The auction drafts are fun. It's finding the fine line. Like, obviously, 200 is kind of whack. Like in the league that I do, we do a 420 budget, but it's offense plus full IDP, as well. So just a lot more variables are coming into play. But that's just, like, the more money, the better. Like, because we all just want to spend up for the
spend it.
Just makes it more fun. And Dennis liked it. He said, yes, that auction mock was sick. And so I always host one auction draft a year. There's 12 teams in it, and it's like the exact same as the Hustler Dynasty like format, except there's just less spots on the bench. So if anyone's interested in that one is a 55 buy-in. 55! All of our redraft leagues, I mean, we're really not trying to draft most of them until after week 3 of the preseason. So, like the main ones that best ball, obviously, the ones that we're doing live at the 420 Crew Mansion in August, obviously we're going to do those a little bit earlier, and the guillotine leagues and the 32 team leagues, but it's because those are slow drafts. And we have to start earlier because there's just more teams in it. But all the vampire leagues, the 3 QB leagues, the Debo Snatcher Chain leagues, like all those ones, we're going to be drafting after week 3 of the preseason, like within the final 2 weeks before the season starts. And I can't wait. We're getting there.
78 days?
Hold on.
Till All Out War?
Let's see. 78 days. Yes, sir. You're correct.
That is correct.
I'm hyped.
Yeah. We're not low. We are not low
at all.
Auction drafts are fun, and I mean, man, last year it was dope. I mean, I was the auctioneer at BS Barbarian's draft that he always does a live draft.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it was dope because I was talking to you when you were like on the way to the airport, or not on the way to the airport. I think you might have even landed or whatever. But you're like, man, this is tight. And I'm like, I know, right? I'm like, you're like getting flown out.
Yeah,
getting put in a hotel.
Yeah, it was
and you're basically getting paid to smoke weed and be the auctioneer.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Fucking awesome.
It was legit the best gig that I've ever had in the fantasy football world. That's for sure. And
gigs,
because he said for the previous years they hired like a legit auctioneer, you know, but they also said this auctioneer didn't know anything about football and didn't know anything about fantasy football as well. So he was like, you know what? So he was like, so fuck this guy. He was like, we're going to go with you. And he was like, I don't care how good or bad you do as the auctioneer. And I was like, no, I'm going to watch like YouTube videos on like how to be an auctioneer. And so like I had it down. I was watching it, practicing, you know. And then the best thing he said after the fact, because I asked, I was like, what was the experience like? You know, compared to last year. He was like, this was way better. He was like, it went 1,000,000 times faster because you knew the values of the players. So he was like, you were just telling people to bump it up, you know, which I was like, come on, man, like, let's just stop with this $1 shit. Someone bump it to 20. And then they would.
And you're just saying, hey, fuck this $1 shit, bump it to 5. You're like, bump it to 20.
Because see, they're going because they
gotta do it, man.
Because you're nominating someone for $1, and then it's like $2, $3. I'm like, come on, guys, you know, raise that shit up.
See, and that's why I always end up broken. In the one like joint that I've ever done. Fuck that shit.
And he said, like, okay, there was a lot of times where people would say a name, and it was like, no, I could tell just by the look on people's faces, like, who the fuck is that? And I'd be like, running back for the so and so, whatever. And like he said that was like that made like a huge difference in why I was worth way more money than the fucking real.
Remember, I think I asked you what did Isaiah Pacheco go for, and you're like, I think $1. I was like, damn. Remember, like no one was on Pacheco like that, but someone did draft him. It
was hella cheap, and no one even knew who he was when running back, Kansas City Chiefs, and then people were
like, they're still like, who is that?
Because they did theirs kind of early. I mean, it was it was I want to say second week of August. So that's why we're trying to get them to come to Vegas, do the auction in Vegas. So let's go.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what we want.
We can have a whole audience there. Spend it.
That should be fun. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna have a handful of leagues that are gonna be there. You guys gotta get there. I mean, Derek's gonna be there. We know. Peacock said he already got his tickets.
Yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because man, me and Candlestick. Well, I was looking yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna book together, and he didn't hit me back. So I'm like, all right. Well, I'm like, I'm not gonna book for two. Like, we gotta book simultaneously because I'm not paying for nobody else right now. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, and, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I know he, you know what I mean? Because there's been sometimes that he was like, should I book it? I'm like, no, just wait. It might be cheaper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like as long as I'm paying around 250, under 275, that's already player right there. You know what I mean?
Did you book it yesterday?
No, but I was looking like the highest was like 275. I saw it, and there was stuff for like 250. But you know, it just depends on when I come home Monday.
Yeah,
and that's why, because I need to know when he's coming home, because we're gonna completely, you know, we live on the same block, so we're gonna completely coordinate. You know what I mean? Yeah, and with him is like he gets up at 3 a.m.
Oh yeah,
he works in the bank, you know what I mean? Yeah, he has a 2.5-hour drive just to get to work on at like 6. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's still working back in San Jose.
No, ironically, the job he got out here, right? It's the station is out here. It's like solar panel shit, but and you know, because that's like, you know, that's big out in the valley. You know what I mean? Everything's solar panel. So he and then we got a cuzzo that works in that shit. So he immediately got plugged. You know what I mean? And then, but they're sending him out to the bay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got to get up early, go get the truck at the joint, then drive to the bay. You know what I mean? Because the station's out here. You know what I mean?
Damn. Yeah, that's
yeah.
wild.
Because but he's a truck driver, so he immediately
got he's on the clock for that shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, at 6 when he starts, I guess. You know, that's what I no, he has to get there by 6, but I'm assuming once he gets the truck, I don't know. He can't take the truck home, so I guess that's just part of it. You got to get there. I don't know. I never worked a regular man's job, like, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I asked the question because I'm interested. You know what I mean? Because he'd be asleep like at 8. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, bro, you hella old. He's like, bro, I gotta get up at 3. I'm like, oh shit. Okay,
he's fucking early to get up, man.
Yeah, like you know, like he'll come through and like burn, and then you know he smoked that final, and he's like, fuck, I'm out, bro. I'm gonna go eat and crash. Lock. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna crash by 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that finally will put a motherfucker down. You know what I mean?
Hey, yeah, I mean, you need to go
smoke when you ain't never smoked some regular, you know, some regular fire. You know what I mean? When I say regular fire, because you know it's like regular. It smokes some good fire. You know what I mean? But like when you get that dope, man.
Oh man, that rope of dope finally.
It's funny because on Father's Day, you know, we both got like chocolate bars from my guy, and then fucking and I got some of those crazy ass gummies. And then he comes through like hella hours later to grab his chocolate bar, right? And he's just across the street basically. So he just walks over here, and he's like, "Damn!" He walks up, you know, I have the garage like cracked open. Yeah. And he creeps up on me, creeps underneath it. You know what I mean? I'm in here, I'm gigging, playing some Earth, Wind, and Fire and shit. And he's like, "Damn, what you?" He's like, "Damn, like damn, like oh, it's these gummies." He's like, "Let me get one." And then like before I can like educate him on it, you know, I'm about to be like, "No, this is the thing now. This thing's about to be like 5-6 hours." She's just like, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Because you know he got work in the morning. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, I was about to tell you, maybe you don't. You know what I mean?
That's what's funny.
Actually, it was Saturday night, so it was fine. It was Saturday night.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my day's messed up.
Hell
yeah. But those things smacking.
All right, let's get up out of here, and we'll be back for FNT. Well, how many hours is that away from now? 2.5 hours. From we'll be back with all the news, bringing it your way. Peeps.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the